Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and tonight we are coming back to our intrepid crew here playing Blade Runner, the role-playing game. We are coming into our third session of the case file, Fiery Angels. Hopefully you guys have been following along with us. If not, start at the beginning. Don't come into this going, oh, this is session 3. No, start at the beginning and then continue.
You will be confused.
You will. There's a lot of stuff that has happened.
And you'll miss the emotional trauma of the first 2 episodes.
And if there's something that people love...
Emotional damage.
People love emotional damage, especially when they get hit with a shoe. Then emotional damage incurs. All right. Let's just say hi to our folks. How's everybody doing tonight? We have our awesome people back. We have Sarah playing Fenna. We have Julie playing Oelsen. We have Patrick playing Abhainn. And we have Ben playing someone who looks very much like someone who died in the last episode with the same name, Yoshida. What the fuck is up with that? I don't know what that's going on. That's weird. Also,
looks
folks,
the same, but has one more leg.
He does. He definitely is missing.
Yes.
The first one was missing multiple appendages, or no, one. You blew your leg off, or someone blew your leg off. But this one definitely is missing no appendages and looking a lot more pissed off. But we'll get to that in a moment. Tonight we are also going to do a giveaway. We haven't done a giveaway in a very long time, and I'm hoping that you folks are going to be around. All the way to break. We'll do the giveaway right after break. I'll just go ahead and launch our Nightbot, and hopefully that works. The giveaway is for a... Let me just grab it. Reaching. There it is. It is for a still in shrink-wrapped copy.
Ooh.
As it blurs out because of my background. The hand? It's the copy of my hand. Let me see if this works. If I don't put my face up, does it show up? No,
nope.
It doesn't. God, no.
Nope.
Okay, trust me, it's there. I know it's if I turn it sideways, wow, this is the weirdest green screen effect ever. Maybe if I put it on an angle?
Nope.
No? Fuck.
Nope.
Trust me,
it's
folks.
An invisibility cloak.
If I move it slightly, you see that I am sort of holding something in my hand. It is actually... Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, there we go. This is this is the shrink wrap copy. It's because the shrink wrap, the glare is coming off the shrink. It's of the Blade Runner, the role playing game Fiery Angels. The whole thing,
nice.
Hard copy in my hand. I will ship it to the winner. Your shipping will not need to be paid for because I will pay for shipping. Just hopefully you guys are in the United States. I mean, if you're not, that's cool. I'll just send it to wherever the hell you guys are in the world. But that's fine. So that's gonna be at the break. Y'all good with that? Yes? No? Maybe so? I don't care.
Fantastic.
Guess what? It's gonna happen.
It's a good reason for viewers to stick around and see how this all plays out tonight.
I think it will play out.
Hell yeah.
So let's go through what will probably be a little bit of a lengthy recap, but it's important because y'all need to know what has happened and what will happen previously on Blade Runner Fiery Angels. The year is 2037. The month is June, and from what you remember, suspect Ellis Vale was brought in for questioning after being apprehended by Wallace Corp for obtaining access to their replicant memory vault. In doing so, he fought off several members of the Wallace Corp guards or security facility, and in doing so, he displayed strength that seemed to indicate that he was, in fact, a replicant. Although, upon his apprehension, displayed no serial number, something that all current replicants have. During the questioning, Blade Runner Novak was assaulted and killed during the Voigtkamp test, and the rookie Yoshida badly wounded by Ellis Vale, seemingly some kind of a replicant. The rest of the forces broke in on the fracas and shot the replicant Vale dead. Novak's replacement was an old-school Blade Runner named Abhainn. Another legendary Blade Runner named Ray McCoy was brought in to advise and run his own leg of the investigation into what were deemed to be what were called bootleg replicants. Wallace Corp let you all know that they wanted these outlawed replicants retired. You went to Wallace and met with PR head Quell, who revealed that Ellisvale was actually looking into an old memory file of a Voight Kampf interrogation back in 2017. This interrogation was of a Nexus 6 replicant named Rachel, who seemingly disappeared at that time. Checking in at the RIT Crime Lab, you discovered that although Ellisvale was indeed employed by Wallace Corp, he was diagnosed with a condition called muscular dystrophy. But looking in on the body at the crime lab, you found that the body showed no signs of muscular dystrophy at all. RIT Crime Lab head Coco also found coagulated blood under this body's fingernails. But the match on the fingernails was of Ellisvale's DNA itself. You also notice that the body seems to be that of someone who did not seem to be a heavy smoker, as Ellisvale's profile indicated from the mainframe that he was. In research, Fenna found out more about this Rachel replicant. Rumors were that she had fallen in love with an old Blade Runner named Deckard and disappeared off the grid. Finding that you all needed a break that day, Yoshida had brought you all to his father's restaurant named Shibumi, where you were all treated to a delicious feast of Japanese delicacies. The next morning, Fenna went to HQ and did some research on this old memory file to find out why Deckard and Rachel had disappeared, but was unable to find anything in the company records. Meanwhile, Yoshida and Oelsen, taking their spinner to their next destination, were caught unawares by an unknown assailant in an unmarked spinner with advanced weaponry, who proceeded to shoot down their spinner and kill the rookie Yoshida in the ensuing explosion. Oelsen was, to say the least, destroyed by this horrible affair, and was emotionally wrecked, although her partner was not emotionally but physically killed. In the meantime, Holden informed you that there was in fact a murder at the Bright Eyes salon over the night, leaving you all with that information and hoping that you would do something in the hopes that it was somehow related to the case. Abhainn visited his contact, District Attorney Amara Javeri, at the LA courthouse. Probably an old flame of his at one point in time. Javeri intimated that reports of bootleg replicants, like the ones that you had discovered, were rare, but have actually occurred numerous times in the last few decades. Most of them seem to stem from reports of old, stolen Tyrell Corp technology. There were actually reports of industrial espionage against Wallace Corp as well. But Wallace was tight-lipped on such matters, shall we call it. Investigating the scene of the Bright Eyes salon crime, you found the body of the proprietor of the salon named Seraphine, along with several anemoid butterflies flapping about. Fenna bagged one of the bugs, and then determined that Seraphine was killed by massive head trauma, her skull literally crushed by hands of great force. But that under her fingernails, her assailant's blood seemed crusted. So you took that as evidence to bring back to the RIT Crime Lab as well. Finally, in the afternoon of the second day, you moved towards the Yukon Hotel, home of Ellisvale, and found the body of the actual Ellis Vale. A man, not a replicant, with clear signs of of muscular dystrophy. Realizing that there may be in fact more information at the Esper Wall, you looked for photo evidence of Vale in the neighborhood of the Yukon Hotel and found him in the Esper Wall's photo lab, along with a number of men and women wreathed in shadow clustered around the Yukon Hotel, and one with a distinct owl silhouette perched on their shoulder. Realizing that there may in fact be more to this than you had first imagined, Abhainn put his hand on his chin and then was touched on his shoulder by an individual who he turned around to find was a very pissed Yoshida, or someone who looked exactly like him, standing behind him. And that's where we begin tonight. But before we begin, though, I think you folks have earned some promotion points as humanity points. Do you folks want to use them at this point in time?
I have used 5 humanity points to increase my connections from a D to a C. I'm hanging on to my promo points because I don't want to use them all and go in for a baseline.
All right, that is totally fair. Any of you others want to do the same?
I would love to use 5 promo points to take on martial arts, which gives me advantage on melee rolls.
Very cool.
If I'm going to end up in more close combat situations, I think it's good to have a little bit extra for when I can't talk my way out of shit.
Totally fair.
Also, scrap those 5.
Actually, Yoshida, I think we talked about you for a bit in terms of what you have right now.
Yeah.
Oelsen, how about you?
No.
No.
Good.
Very cool.
Mhm.
So I think let's begin tonight's episode with just the encounter at the Esper Wall in the mainframe between Abhainn and this individual who looks like Yoshida, except perhaps with more sort of closely cropped hair, and certainly a very pissed off attitude.
Yoshida, wait. You're...
I am Teo. I am Yoshida's brother.
My condolences. Arkan Abhainn, I've been working with him. Shit. I'm going to extend a hand, just tentatively, but like seasoned cop sort of, okay, this is the breaks.
Oh, he takes it. Like, I appreciate your sentiments. I am on loan to you guys from my organization to help if I can. Nobody wants this situation to continue. Nobody wants fake skin jobs running around killing cops. So my father has reached out to Holden and asked me to help.
We appreciate the help.
If there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know.
I believe my cohorts are running down a lead as we speak. I'm trying to struggle with this fucking computer, to be honest with you, but I think I've got something. And I'm gonna bring Tayo in on the camera stuff.
Okay. So you show him these Esper photos of the Yukon Hotel and of the people standing outside of it.
That's handout E, yes?
Let's see.
D and E.
Esper images, yes, it is D and E. Should we bring the chat back to those particular photos? I think we should. Just so we can have them see what it is and perhaps remember what you see here. Let me go ahead and bring up D.
Enhance!
Which
Enhance!
you de-enhance this photo, which looks very similar to, the foggy night in Sector 5 here, which is a picture of the Yukon Hotel. Several members, seemingly men and women, or perhaps you're not quite sure, to be honest. There's at least 6 individuals that you can see, all standing outside the Yukon Hotel. One with a very strange silhouette, seemingly of some kind of a bird on their shoulder. And as you enhanced and changed the angle, you found... You found this picture, which looks like Ellis Vale sort of staring seemingly at one of the Esper cameras, and very clearly one of these individuals with that owl perhaps perched on their arm.
There seem to be some very interesting details coming out from this case. Namely that an active replicant is running around at the same time as the person they've been set to impersonate.
Yeah.
One a healthy lungs, one the smoker that was on file. It's well, it could be a lot more dangerous if no one is who they say they are.
Absolutely.
We should be very careful. What is your expertise, Tayo?
I am good with criminal connections.
That will come in very handy, as I did not want to make assumptions. But this could be a very good thing. I myself am a bit more nuanced on the streets than a uniformed officer can sometimes get. Perhaps the two of us should be working together on parts of this.
That sounds like a good plan.
I'm gonna enter into my my K and send the information from this Esper wall to the other two.
Okay. Makes
so
sense.
that we all have saved file.
Because I'm on the way to a guy who might know about an Animoid owl.
Indeed.
Yep.
Good timing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm betting that owl is expensive and probably easily tracked.
Okay. So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, apologies.
No, I was just gonna say, I was like, is there anything else we can be doing here while switching camera, or should we just?
I think that you still have a little bit of the shift left. If you want to spend any more, actions while you're here, you could go to the RIT Crime Lab. You're at HQ, so
yeah. Well, maybe I think part of it will then be getting to know Tayo by actually using those promotional points and doing some sparring with him in the sort of police station. Like that's how he's going to get better, is learning how to work with his partner.
Very cool.
So I think that's how I'm going to get my beefiness up for melee combat shit.
Nice. I like that.
And cool. I wanted to add killer and spend my points.
Cool.
So it's probably the perfect situation for that.
I love that. All right, so there you go. Go ahead and add that trait and make sure you don't forget it, especially in times where you may need it. Okay. All right, so then let's switch to the last person who has not done their afternoon shift. And that is Fenna. Now, if I remember correctly, Fenna, and I'm going to... first of all, take this off this, and ping the map. You are here. You're going to Animoid Row, where you remember from your last case file, the Aurelian's shop was.
Yes.
Cool. So you set down your... Did you have a skimmer, or did you just take a Metro Cab, sorry.
I think I took a Metro Cab. We're kind of soured on spinners right now.
Yeah.
So taking a shot out of the sky.
I know, right? That's twice in as many months. I totally feel you there. All right, cool. So then you would then head to the Aurelian shop, be dropped off by this Metro Cab, and let's see if I thing here. Yeah, that's fine. We can use this. Right. So yeah, I mean, you come out into the afternoon. It's of course it's populated by many people here on Animoid Row, all looking for various pets or objet d'art, because essentially they are as rare as art objects. And there isn't anyone who makes it better than the Aurelian, honestly. It's a small, dingy shop, as you remember it, in Sector 5, selling artificial butterflies specifically. And just a recap of who the Aurelian is. I have the Aurelian as a, what's it called? As a thing in our card deck. So I'm going to bring out our good old friend, the mugshot of the Aurelian. So we just choose him and bring him out onto the board.
He's so cool looking, if I recall
He is
correctly.
very cool looking. There he is. Let me just make sure I have him in the right place. He's not showing up on your board here. I don't know why that is. Hold on 1 second. Oh, one more. Why is this not showing up here? Let me just put it in the GM
Did you
layer.
deal him to like a random corner of the map?
I put him on the map. I just don't know why he's not showing up. Weird. Oh, Sector 1. Maybe he's in the... No, he's too... Hold on 1 second. Let me just zoom out a smidge. Oh, I know why. I'm putting him in the wrong section of the map. Let's bring it over to where
That's what I was
guys
wondering.
are. There he is.
Hey, yeah,
And
so
there.
cool looking.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's sort of an older, blind man. His eyes are tinted with a grayish haze. And...
Which I think we determined is actually just cosmetic. He can see.
Correct. It seems like he portrays himself as a blind man, at least from most people. But those who know what he does and who he is and what he does, his facade changes quite easily. In the last case file, you found that he's actually a key member of the Replicant Underground. Helping replicants on the run and offering them shelter and routes out of LA. In one case, to off-world replicant facilities, shall we call it. However, in your last case file, you found, much to your dismay, that the replicants who were sheltered by the Aurelian and brought to the point where they could potentially take a bus off-world was shot down, seemingly destroyed. Although the Aurelian still keeps his business. So, more than happy to have you arrive at his shop. You see, it's marked with a small sign of a butterfly as you arrive outside.
Mm-hmm.
Walk inside. Inside there are hundreds of butterfly jars, large and small. And the Aurelian is himself here.
Good afternoon. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Fenna, was it?
Good memory. Yes, it is.
Yeah, well, how can I help you? You're still part of the LAPD, am I correct? Even
You
though
are correct.
you're one of the good ones, right?
That's what they tell me.
Well, how can I help you, officer?
Well, unfortunately, it seems as though some of your product was found at a crime scene, and I'm just hoping maybe you can give me a little bit of insight. And she reaches into her coat and pulls out the bagged butterfly. A jar of these was smashed at the site of a homicide early this morning, and wondered if you could give me a little information on who might have purchased these recently?
He looks down at the bag holding the butterfly. I assume the butterfly is being an animoid. I mean, it's depending whether it could breathe or not. I would say it probably doesn't need to even worry about
Like,
that
I
kind of
filled the
stuff.
bag. I remember specifically
With
saying
air?
that, like, I filled the bag with air
Yeah.
so that it could flap and not get squished.
Cool. Then yeah, I think that it's sort of like it's staying on the bottom of the plastic bag. It's not like it's just sort of flapping its wings slowly. And the Aurelian looks down at it and says, "Where did you find this?"
They were fluttering around a woman named Seraphine, or what was left of her. She was killed this morning at her place of business, the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon.
His eyes, when you say the word, his eyes sort of like trace down to his counter and says, "Oh no." He sighs. He looks completely distraught.
I take it you two were friends?
Yes, very good friends.
Then I'm quite sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry you had to hear it this way.
I understand. So, how did she die?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Her skull was crushed. By hands. Very strong hands.
I see. Do you have any suspects?
Not specifically, but call it a hunch that this may have to do with, some, shall we say, bootleg units that have been making their rounds of LA. Perhaps taking over the identities of useful individuals. If you were friends with Seraphine, do you have any idea why someone might find it useful to impersonate her?
I don't rightly know, to be perfectly honest. It's strange that you come to me at this time of the afternoon, because I've just had a visitor, perhaps half an hour, 45 minutes before you arrived. Called themselves Noah.
And I take it you found something strange about this Noah?
Yes, I felt something very strange about Noah.
Go on.
Noah, when she came into the shop, I recognized her right away because I had met her before. Last month, in fact, along with you and your friend, Willem Novak, it was called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, you met her with Novak and I?
Yeah. She called herself Oelsen Baker that time.
Oh.
So when she came into my
Well-
shop, I immediately thought, great, I'm going to be shaken up by another one of these Blade Runners again. But then she introduced herself as Noah, a replicant, a spitting image of Oelsen Baker.
What did she ask you?
You said she's on the run? She asked me if I could help her find freedom, that she had found that I was heading up my little business on the side. She wants to get out of LA.
And I assume you helped her.
I did. I told her where to go. Wasn't sure as to where she would go after this, but She seemed very, very nervous. Something or someone was after her.
Did you send her to a safe house?
I need to understand something before I tell you more than what I've already told you.
Of course.
I can't tell who to trust anymore. Never really could. But I want to know why it is you're looking for what you're looking, besides the fact that you're supposedly looking into some kind of horrible affair that killed one of my good friends.
Well, one of these bootleg, or so they're called, replicants, a replicant with no serial number, who looked exactly like a man named Ellis Vale, broke into a memory unit using Ellis Vale's identity at Wallace Corp. We initially began investigating that, and that replicant murdered my partner during a Voight-Kampff test. We're investigating who he is, where he came from, who it is who's creating these replicants that have no serial numbers. And now we have evidence of not just one, but two replicants crafted to look identical to people with access to secure places. I hope you understand that this is dangerous for everyone. It's especially dangerous for me. Trust in replicants is already shaky at best among the human population. If they have reason to fear that they could be replaced by a replicant without anybody knowing, well, those repercussions would be immeasurable. So if this Noah, who was apparently crafted to be the spitting image of an LAPD rep detect officer, has any information about how or why or where she was made, that could be invaluable in stopping the production of illegal replicants and protecting all of us. So yes, I'm investigating this because it's my job, but I'm also have a, shall we say, vested personal interest in the outcome.
If you know that these bootleg replicants are all trying to get the hell out of Los Angeles, or...
Well, I don't know that all of them are.
Seems like some of them are kind of dangerous.
Some of them are absolutely dangerous, and based on what I saw at the Bright Eyes, one of them may have killed your friend. I don't have proof of that yet, but that is where the evidence is currently leading us.
I would like you to make a roll. I would like you to make a manipulation roll.
Got it.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Very nice. So that's a critical
This is
success.
probably my best skill.
I mean, talkie, walkie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the Aurelian says to you, Fenna, I need your understanding about something. If I give you where this Noah went, I can't have it go off like last time. I lost a lot of good people that day.
I don't want that either. I want to talk to her, and as long as she doesn't turn violent, there will be no violence.
Let's be honest. In this city, there's always violence.
Well, shall we say no more violence than usual?
You know where the seawall shantytown is?
I do.
I told Noah to go there. We have people there. We'll pick her up. They'll bring her out of Los Angeles.
Thank you for your assistance. How will I find her there? Did you give her a specific location, address?
The seawall has, as I said, this shantytown, as you remember. It's sort of home to the unhoused orphans, gangs, all those who couldn't find a place, even on Retirement Row. If you also know Shantytown, it's home to a lot of replicants who hide out in the warrens and tunnels. That's where the replicant underground finds most of their people and hides them in the shanties. The houseboats, the stilt houses. Sure, if you look around, you'll find her.
Very good.
If you can't, ask around. Maybe they'll find her for you.
You can always take a picture.
1,000 words.
One last question. Do you happen to know anything about anemoid owls?
I don't sell them. Too expensive.
I'm sure they are. Do you know who does?
I could find that out for you. Might take me a little bit of time.
It would be appreciated. Might help point us towards the people we're looking for.
How do I get in touch with you?
I will give him a business card with my phone number on it. I'll scrawl my personal number on the back.
Okay.
And say, you can leave a message here.
Will do. All right.
Thank you, Aurelian. It is a pleasure as always.
He nods and he sort of motions towards the door.
I take my leave, and upon doing so, he didn't actually tell me anything about the butterflies. I realize that now. Got totally distracted, but that's
clearly
okay.
They're his, and clearly,
yes,
yeah. I mean, he clearly had some kind of a relationship with Seraphine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to upload to the mainframe. I'll figure that out in a minute, because I'm not putting all... There is going to be some information withheld from this, but first thing I'm going to do is shoot off a message to Baker that says, wherever you are, stay there. We need to meet. Or we need to talk. Where can I find you?
I message back at the Yukon, just wrapping up.
How far is the Yukon from Anemoid Row?
I will show you, just in terms of the distance, not necessarily in miles, but at least...
Yeah.
You can see that it is relatively far across Sector 5.
Down there.
Looks to be probably about 30 or 40 blocks.
Yeah. I'm going to ask her to meet me. I'm going to ask her to meet me at a coffee shop that is near headquarters, but not regularly frequented by cops. And I'm going to shoot off a message to... I don't know about New Yoshida yet, so I'm just going to shoot a message off to Abhainn also that says, that gives the address and says, meet me in Baker ASAP. Sensitive intel incoming.
You're right there.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to do.
All right, so that, I think, folks, unless I'm incorrect, takes care of the last of your afternoon shift. I'm just going to throw it out to the people who are at HQ. Is there anything else that you guys want to do there? I will allow you to take one more action, since I think you guys were attempting to sort of do some sparring and that kind of thing. But since you're there and really only interacted with the Esper wall, I will allow you folks, if you want to do something else, to do one more thing.
What I added to what I uploaded to the mainframe is Bright Eyes Butterflies, a gift from the Aurelia, and he has some suspicions about a replicant he recently met following up.
Fair.
Cool.
Is there a way to try and use the Esper wall to person of interest and see if there's ever two people in the same place at different places at the same time? Or is that stretching it?
That is a bit of a
I mean,
stretch, honestly. That's a stretch. Esper doesn't really calculate faces and places, so to speak. It's really just a huge database of videos and photos and material information on the people within Los Angeles, within the mainframe.
Would it be possible then, after getting some sparring time to clear my head and ponder the next move, to go back to our two handouts here and try and work backwards from where the shadow figures came from to see if I might be able to get angles on anybody?
That would be part of the shift, right? If you... well, actually... let me say this. Let me think about this for a sec. You're trying to sort of, like, think about, like, where they would have come from?
I want to, in the same way that trying to figure out who killed Esper, and we come up with this photo working backwards in time from entrances to the hotel.
Yeah.
I want to take that a step further and maybe try multiple permutations of one of the figures this way, one of the figures this way, one of the figures this way, and then literally trace it back corner by corner, camera by camera, where possible.
Okay.
Like the stupid granular policeman work that is the least exciting thing, but is also super essential to getting good hard evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a role for that? Just to put away some time on that.
Yeah, I will go with I would just go with a tech roll. Let's see how well you do.
Not gonna be good.
Yeah, it's 0. Do you want to push that?
I do. I think I'm angry about it. I think I'm really flummoxed by this case because it's not the usual handshaking that I'm used to, and the subterfuge of identities is making him sort of stubbornly not give up.
Cool. Before you hit the push button, one more time, just tell me one objective piece of information you're trying to get from the mainframe regarding this scene.
I think the double search on the push is going to be specifically figuring out another camera angle where I can see this freaking owl.
Got it.
It's noticeable, it's visible, it's specific.
Got it.
It should be trackable in his mind.
Cool. Go ahead.
Success.
Okay, you have one success. Interesting. So, Abhainn, you do a recursive search for this owl, and the mainframe doesn't understand. First of all, it is calculating and looks around the Yukon Hotel, does not find any pictures that it can calculate are like non-human pictures of people. I always think about, in today's technology, if, like, let's say you're in a Tesla. I don't know if you've ever been inside of a Tesla, but Teslas have this kind of cool screen in front where it sees images of cars and people and determines, like, just from the actual camera if they are cars, people, buses, that kind of thing. So Teslas have that kind of technology. I would say Espers should be able to calculate non-human objects or people if they were distinct enough. And the Espers doesn't state that the owl is around the Yukon Hotel. In fact, the only owl that it determines was ever in Sector 5 was actually at the Anemoid Row.
Okay.
In a shop not far from where Fenna is right now, called Runsighter's Zoological.
Is there a spelling for that first word?
Runsighter. Runsighter.
Okay.
Runsighters Zoological. Run by one Emil Runsitter. Or Runsitter. I'm not sure. It might be Runsitter. I don't know the pronunciation.
It's whatever you want it to be, Matt.
I want
Or
it to be
Runsitter with whatever you
Runsighter
want
because
it
it
to be.
sounds more obnoxious.
Cool. I think I'm going to, true old man fashion, I'm going to print out a one-page of Runsighter's office or
Mhm.
like address, so that I can go with a specific like clipping and be like, "This is where we got to look. This is the only lead we've got." And I think I'm going to turn to Tayo. Tayo.
Tayo.
I'm going to turn to Tayo and say, "Well, if you'd like to come along, this should be interesting. It may be nothing, but maybe not. I'm going to take foot traffic, though, because we've had bad experiences with cars lately. Follow me."
Oh, so you're just not
Abhainn.
going to come meet me at all? Okay, fine, bro.
No, I'm going to text you on the way, being like, on the way to your last location, be a bit behind you, also have a lead. But I'm going to use Gutter Rat because, yes, this team apparently has problems with cars. So I'm
Remind me,
use...
what does the Gutter Rat talent do?
Gutter Rat allows me to move to a new location on foot without rolling connections.
Nice.
Basically back alley shit.
I love it.
But not the shady stuff, more like the I know which alleys cut through which streets, and
That's
I know
cool.
which hotel lobbies connect to different streets.
That's really cool. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know you needed to roll connections to move through the streets. Not on spinners. Something we've been missing this whole time.
That's because we haven't walked many places. We've either taken spinners or cabs everywhere.
It's Los Angeles. Who walks in Los Angeles, even in the future?
Exactly.
Me. But yeah, I think as he throws the coat on over the body armor and sort of flops the collar up against the inevitable rain, he's just gonna sort of he's got this look in his eye. It's like, okay, I can go talk to a shop owner and maybe I can actually be good at my job again today.
Mm-hmm.
As Abhainn and Tayo hit the streets.
Cool. Tayo, is there
And
anything
then-
that you want to do specifically whilst you are in the crime lab / mainframe / Esper? I'll give you the opportunity to do it as well. Just one thing.
I was wondering if I could reach out to my contacts and see if anybody that we know of runs, like, with an owl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. So I guess you're gonna make a phone call, or
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see.
Is that also a connections thing?
Yeah, it is a connections thing. I have no problem with it, actually. So if you want to go ahead and do that, we will we'll have you give him a call. A little phone ring. Make your connections roll. Okay. That's
Nice.
2 successes. It's a crit success. So I think you'll get a little bit more information than you intended, potentially. Who will you call? Don't say Ghostbusters.
Not Ghostbusters. I was gonna call, one of the higher up underlings.
What's his name?
I don't know. I thought that was your
Roshi.
job.
Roshi.
There we go.
I like his name. Roshi-san picks up the phone.
Roshi.
Yoshida-san.
I was wondering if we knew of anyone that runs around carrying an owl with them. It's expensive and ought to be easily noticed.
Of what import is this?
It has to do with my brother's death.
Your
So
father.
it's very.
Your father. And the LAPD. They do not want their partnership to be exposed. If there was ever any knowledge by the public that the police department was in cahoots with us, there would be hell to pay.
So that's the reason that I'm here, trying to clean this up quickly.
Yes. Your brother's death was great dishonor to us all. You are the last one left, Yoshida-san. You must prevail where your brother failed.
And I will.
Owls are very expensive. I know of very few, even your father himself, who would purchase an anemoid such as that.
So who is it? Do we know of anybody at all?
I have not seen an owl from any of the men in our employ or by any of our connections or contacts. But anemoids are purchasable in Sector 4, as you know.
And I will go down there and poke around.
Bring honor to you and your father, Yoshida-san.
Thank you, Roshi-san.
Click. So, I think it's confirmed, pretty much, that owls are very, very rare and extremely expensive.
Then again, so are synthetic humans. So someone's got money.
Someone does have money. So Abhainn and Yoshida, you head to Anemoid Row where Fenna just was, it seems. Unless Fenna is staying there for the evening shift.
That was going to be my question is what was the actual timeline of things occurring while we were doing Esper while she was
Totally
doing her
fair.
thing? Because it may have been an exchange of time that is stupid for me to make longer.
I think
That was
it's
that was sort of like the end of the afternoon shift for both of us.
Exactly, yeah. So I think it was pretty fluid as to the timing on it, but it is, technically speaking, from a game perspective, the end of the afternoon shift, beginning of the second day's night shift.
Okay.
So I guess I want to ask you all individually where it is that you want to go. I think I have an answer, but I want to be sure.
I think I will, upon receiving that message from Abhainn, say, trust me, this is more important. Coffee first, owl second.
Understood. Name the shop.
And again, she picks a coffee shop that is close enough to headquarters that they can get over there quickly if they need to do anything in headquarters, but is kind of out of the way and generally not a cop hangout.
Okay. So you're going to a coffee shop to determine where you want to go for your night shift?
We're going to a coffee shop so that I can tell them about this fucking rep who looks like
Yeah,
Baker.
I know.
But I'm not uploading that to the mainframe, and I want to do it somewhere that we can't be overheard.
Cool. You're saying it just to Yoshida and Abhainn, or are you including Oelsen in that as well?
No, Oelsen was the first person I invited to come there.
Right. Okay. So, folks, put your
and I don't know about New Yoshida yet. So
That's true.
That'll be a surprise for me.
This will be interesting.
Neither does Baker.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is all you folks are going to spend at least the beginning of your night shift heading to a coffee shop close to headquarters in Sector 5.
Yes.
So move your tokens to where you think this coffee shop would be. Don't jump all over each other. Just put yourselves into a place where I can show chat that you all are in a relatively
I'm going to
cool
put it
place.
like right by the 5.
For it. Oh,
This is
you go.
where everybody
Right
runs
there.
all over the map. This is fun.
That's exactly what he said not to do.
This is exactly what I said not to do, and you're doing it anyway. Yay!
I'm going to say that it is called the Mean Bean.
Love it.
Sure.
Isn't that the Dr. Robotnik Sega Genesis game?
Jesus Christ.
Listen, deep pulse. Can I think when Abhainn gets that text message, can I grab Tayo by the shoulder and then like pivot march down the alley again? But if I'm getting like a firm directional from Fenna, something is making me suspicious, but it's not what I think it is. I think he thinks that she's being followed, which is why she's being like, come here to a location, to a thing. So I would like to scout it first and see if she's being tailed.
Okay. So make an observation roll, please.
Because if we're that close to the mean beam, it's easier for us to get there than her. So
Absolutely.
I've got the time to do that.
Observation.
Yes. Much better.
Yeah, that's one success. I'd say with that single success, you're pretty sure that you are not being tailed.
And the coffee shop looks like unassuming. It doesn't look like it's a mom hangout. It doesn't look like it's a cop hangout. It looks...
No.
It's not under observation from anybody.
I'd say it's a sort of a tech noir, neo-noir version of that famous painting of that coffee shop with the sort of glass
Night
window.
Owls.
Is that what it's called?
Night Owls.
Nighthawks.
That's the one. You guys know it. That's why I love y'all, because you know the shit that's in my brain. So yeah, that is a tech noir LA version
Love it. Perfect.
of that coffee shop.
Cool. I think we're definitely going to go grab a seat after I see Fenna arrive. But Abhainn doesn't mind standing out in the rain. He'll probably try and find an awning, because I think getting to know Tayo is... His assertive of people skills versus communicating with people skills has gotten a little lost in the years he's been on the streets undercover.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's gonna struggle to try and make small talk with Tayo.
So do you often stake out coffee shops?
Not
Come round
usually.
this sector often?
Not usually. I have people to stake out coffee shops for me. But some things are more important than others.
Ah, yes. People. It must be nice to have them as a resource.
I would say Fenna arrives, and although she's normally very cool and collected, you can tell that she actually looks like slightly agitated right now.
Okay.
As she takes a seat in a booth in the corner, orders a cup of coffee, and is kind of like drumming her fingernails and watching out the window.
I think with an observation of one, he definitely waits like a couple minutes just to make sure that there was no real tailing, and making sure that there doesn't seem to be a like focus on her from like a car from behind or anything, before tapping Tayo and waving his head so that we go in from the other side of the diner.
Cool.
Off the coffee shop. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty easy to spot me and the brother of the guy who died.
Just died.
Yeah, literally
this morning.
Literally just a few hours.
Just bit
Yeah.
the bullet, and there he is in the flesh.
He got better.
Once again.
Slides into the booth, trying to be as low-key and not attractive drawing as possible, except for the fact that we know in this conversation that Tayo is a giant attractive draw of unusual for us.
Mm-hmm. Fenna definitely kind of like looks down and nods at him at first, like she expects him to be there, and then does a double take, like, how are you here? Wait, you're... Explain.
Please speak for yourself, Mr. Yoshida.
I am Hiroshi's brother, Tayo.
Okay, that sort of explains it. Nice to meet you, Tayo. Are you
Nice to meet you. What was your
also
name?
a Blade Runner? Oh, sorry,
I am
I'm
not.
Fenna.
Fenna, nice to meet you. I am not a Blade Runner. I am on loan from my organization to help hopefully bring this to a speedy end.
Oddly, not the strangest thing I've heard today. Welcome aboard. Oh, where is Baker? And she's just kind of like staring out the window, willing Baker to appear.
How about? I think Baker, coming from where she's coming, probably would take the
Takes her a few
longest.
minutes.
Yeah. So tell me how Baker enters the scene.
Rainy, so has her hood up, comes in. So Fenna is facing the door, correct?
Yes.
Which means that Yoshida and Abhainn have their backs too. So she walks in, curious as to who the other person is. Sees the look on your face that's not says something's really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of slows her pace just a touch as she approaches. And then goes completely pale seeing Yoshida. But sits down gingerly next to you.
And
Doesn't say a thing. Just is
yes.
like, she still has blood like on her. She just kind of haphazardly wiped some of it off when she changed her shirt, so she still has Yoshi's blood on her. Like,
Mhm.
It's a really great look.
Fenna turns to Baker and says, "Introductions in a moment. I need to ask you something. What did I say to you in the car on the way to Sequel?"
You said that you loved my shoes. Which part? Is that enough?
That's fine. Okay. This is Tayu, Yoshida's brother.
That makes sense.
Nice to meet you.
Well met, sir. Yeah, she does do some weird faces at him because she just has no idea what to think.
All right, look, there's a reason I brought you all here. I don't know if you saw what I uploaded onto the mainframe, but I met with the Aurelian this afternoon, and, well, long story short, there's another bootleg replicant out there, and it's the spitting image of Baker.
Well, crap.
Yeah, that was pretty much my reaction, but this does give us some very solid information, which is that there is absolutely somebody out there creating replicants specifically to look like other people, human people. And that Vale isn't just a one-off. And it also seems they're upping their game because, impersonating maintenance or custodial at Wallace is one thing. Impersonating a Blade Runner is next level, which means... all signs point to somebody with a lot of financial capital running this operation, and...
Yeah.
The only thing we have going for us is that this Baker doppelganger, who goes by Noah, apparently isn't a homicidal maniac yet, and just wants to get off the planet. She reached out to the underground, and they sent her to a somewhat secure location for pickup. I got the location from the Aurelian, and I think we need to go see her and see if she knows who or what made her and why. But seeing what these replicants have done and can do, it could get really ugly. I told the LAPD that we were following up a lead, but I don't want to let them know that there is a Baker duplicate running around out there. The last thing we need is Baker kept under lock and key when we need her right now.
The only concern is, if they don't know and Baker walks through the front door of the precinct, we have a different problem on our hands.
This is true, but based on what the Aurelian told me, I don't think that's going to happen. He said this replicant was scared and wanted to get off planet. He also... Now that I think about it, something he said about these bootleg replicants just wanting to get off planet. I don't know if he was speaking colloquially, or he's actually encountered more of them, but we don't know what it was that set Vale off. I highly suggest we don't put this Noah through a void conf test.
Well, we already know what she is, so there's no real point.
Yes.
So.
And it's worthwhile noting that the murder of Seraphine was most definitely committed by a replicant. We can hope that it was not Noah, because that would lend a whole other level of difficulty to this if there's evidence linking Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Though, as we are the ones investigating, we can keep that from happening.
Right. Well.
Well, it certainly adds to the double vision of the day. Between discovering that Vale seemingly killed himself and now 2 Bakers, and no offense, 2 Yoshidas, we seem to be in a mirror situation.
Fenna kind of leans across the table and like gets up in Tayu's face, looking at his eyes and saying, "Just checking." She was looking for a serial number.
He is a little taller and a little cleaner shaven.
So you said the hair was different.
Yeah, short.
And I'm assuming she does not see. She does not see a serial number in his eye.
No.
Okay. Well, unless you're another bootleg, you're definitely his brother.
He's organic.
I think.
So am I.
Well, we should probably figure out a way to trust at least the 4 people here at this table first. Anyone have a quaint little code word we can use?
Marshmallow.
Wow.
That is obsequious enough. I think it would work.
I hate marshmallows.
I'm baffled by the why of this. What about... Were they intended to replace them? Are they experiments that just happen to look like random strangers?
Well, somebody very clearly created this Veil duplicate to get access to those memory vaults at Wallen.
So why did they want me?
Well,
that is the question.
I went digging around for information on Deckard, the Blade Runner, in that recording. Maybe they had hopes of doing the same.
Oelsen, have you noticed anything strange or unusual? Anybody tailing you? Anybody you've seen more than once?
I have not. There's only been one weird thing of late. My boyfriend said he saw me and waved to me. And I just apologized for it. It was late last night. I just apologized for not seeing him. And we went to bed. I didn't ask where he saw me. But now it's got me questioning. That would be why I wouldn't have waved back. Because if it wasn't me, if it was her, she wouldn't know who that is.
That would explain it.
And here I was starting to wonder, like, what is he doing? Is he spying on me? Why? My paranoia has me wondering why my boyfriend's spying on me and is he tailing me? But maybe he's not.
Most likely not.
I mean...
What does he do for a living again?
Talent acquisitions and oh, there goes that word.
Brand management.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I take it back. He might be good at following people, but the point remains. Questioning our personal relationship at this point in time isn't going to get us anywhere. I think it's safe to assume that he saw your doppelganger.
Yeah.
Well,
I
whoever's
was too
doing
tired to
this
question him last night anyway.
has enough money for bootleg replicants and an Animoid owl, but not enough money to buy the information they need from Wallace or the LAPD.
Or maybe they're just trying to be more sly than that.
With 2 dead bodies, they're doing a terrible job of it.
That.
I'd like to solve this with as little violence as possible. Not only because I want to keep this quiet, but also because I did promise the Aurelian I would try. He's a good contact, and I don't want to lose him.
I'd prefer less violence. I think we've seen enough death of late. But
That too.
if it comes down to them or me, I don't plan to just roll over.
And no one's asking you to. I simply mean that... Well, maybe I'm just voicing it out there in
I know
hopes
what you
that
mean.
my words have power, that we can get through this with a conversation and no gunfire.
We can hope.
So do we go now or we wait till morning?
That is the question.
I don't know that we should be waiting for anything right now. Where are we with everything? That's what we need to do right now. Where are we? What are our next steps? But I think we need to keep pushing.
Well, the 2 leads we have right now are... Abhainn, what was it you had in Animoid Row? Something on the owl?
There aren't many places an owl could be found or constructed. I was trying to see if I could trace back the 6 figures, but they seem to be moving out of camera view. The owl is the best lead, and Animoid Row would be a natural place for something so exquisitely intricate as an owl. I believe Tayo came to similar conclusions. Right, didn't he tell me about the phone? No. Did you tell me about the phone call?
I don't believe so. Did Yoshida tell Abhainn about the phone call?
Yeah, he would have told him.
There's a Runciters Zoological would be someone operating at the price point of what we seem to be dealing with here.
Well,
perhaps he should be leaned on.
I do agree, but I think Runsider will still be there tomorrow. We can't say the same for Noah. I know where she is right now, but that's no guarantee she'll be there in the morning.
That's why
Especially if she's desperate.
Well,
strangely enough, I was already thinking about going down there. Wouldn't it have been great if I was already there when you called?
To the Seawall Shantytown?
I remember reading something about that in the newspaper the other day,
have
and
it
I
in
was
my
thinking,
notes.
well, maybe something's down there, and then now it's like, oh, well, maybe there is something down there.
That's where the Underground is sent Noah to meet someone who can help her get off-world. And I don't know how quickly those gears move. And I do think we should all be there in case this thing goes sideways.
Yeah.
And Baker, maybe you should, I don't know, wear a hat?
Something. I mean...
Actually, I can pop on my locker. I've got half a dozen wigs. Give me 5 minutes before we leave, and I'll get you covered.
It's the beards.
I'm not planning to put on a beard, but thank you. I've got sensitive skin. It'll just give me a rash.
Matt, can you remind us what... It was like riots at the seawall or something, correct?
There were riots, yeah, because the shanty towns were all, completely overrun by the poor and destitute. And if I remember correctly, there was a handout with a newspaper. Here we go. The LAPD actually raided the seawall shantytown. Let me show it to you one more time, folks. It's handout 3. and I'll bring it up so that everybody in chat can see it.
Oh, I can just read we can only read the headline. We can't actually read the article.
Oh, you can't read the article? I can read it for you if you like.
It's very, very small.
That's fine. Fair enough. What I will do is...
and hey, look at that ad down at the bottom corner for Runsider's Zoological with a picture of an owl.
Isn't that the nicest thing ever?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
All the clues were in front of us.
It was right in front of you the whole time, motherfuckers. All right, so here's what the article says. Although it is continued on page 12. It says, LAPD raids seawall shantytown. For the second time in as many weeks, the LAPD on Monday raided the shantytown that is sprung up by the foot of the Sepulveda seawall. The LAPD declined to comment, but sources in the area tell the Independent Sentinel that the RepTech unit officers took part in the raid looking for fugitive Nexus 8 replicants. Sources in City Hall, declining to be named, claimed that the sprawling seawall shantytown has become a hotbed for replicant underground activity in recent months. Rumors say fugitive N8 replicants are ferried out to safe houses outside of the city by boats from the area. Any other articles you'd like me to read in my reporter voice?
I mean, that would track with what the Aurelian told me.
I'll go back to the station with you and change into something less copy, as it were.
Yes, I will also dress more shantytown appropriate, less high fashion, more function.
Yeah.
I think I look fine.
You're beautiful, darling.
Just readjust so that the body armor is a little bit more hidden by the shitty wear.
I'll throw my overcoat in the street, get it a little dirty, throw it back on, and then button it up.
There you go. Fenna will outfit Baker in a wig that is very different from her regular hair. From her, as we have previously discussed, locker just overflowing with clothes for every possible necessity, possible situation. And outfit herself in something not name brand. Go figure. She owns a few things like that, specifically for instances like this. Exactly.
This will work perfect until they're in a catfight and roll on the ground and the wig comes off.
Well,
Fenna,
our Baker is covered in blood.
Fair.
That just adds to the appeal. I'll put on something that covers it. I don't care.
Do you have a particular plan of attack for closing this net around them, Fenna? If she's still there.
Well, honestly, it seems as though she's looking for help. I don't think she'll be terribly difficult to find. We just need to... Yes, I don't know, canvas quietly and keep our eyes open? See if we recognize any of the contacts that we've made in the Rep Underground. We know a few of them.
They don't hate me there. It matters.
Would Abhainn also have contacts in the Rep Underground, or would that be
no? I don't think so.
Knowledge from
Okay. I don't think that she would. Yeah.
Well, then tell me how I can best be of service, Fenna.
Do what you do best, Abhainn. Be inconspicuous and keep your eyes open.
Is there a file I can look at certain names and faces to do exactly that?
Is there any sort of case file, like, would there be notes from Novak and Fenna from Chapter 1 just so that Patrick Brain can start
absolutely.
On names and faces? Okay.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say that Fenna would describe to you the underground members that they met in that safe house. I have no idea how many of them were killed in that attack, but these are people that we know.
Because Patrick has a pretty vague recollection that can at least work for the session, but Abhainn would have been stationed somewhat completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one other person I know who might have some information. Give me a second. And she's going to pop out to a phone booth.
Okay. By the way,
call
folks,
Rada.
really quickly, none of this is going to take. I'm going to say this is in between the shifts. Once you go to a specific place, I will tell you that your shift starts. So this is all sort of internecine scenes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fenna's going to go find a phone booth.
All right.
And call Rada Udaya.
Okay. You can do that in the public, huh?
Well, I'm doing it from a phone booth.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But like from a secluded phone booth. Like she's gonna find one that's like in a corner, but
okay.
Voice only, no video.
Fine. Voice only, no video. Thank you. That's actually kind of important. All right, so you give her a call. And you just hear, hello?
Hey, it's me. I'll keep it quick.
You scare me when you call me like that.
Sorry, I'm out in the street and I didn't want to use video. I'm headed down to the seawall shanty town, looking for, someone. Any suggestions on where I should look? Someone who wants to get away? I just need to talk to them before they leave.
Are you getting involved with this again, Fenna?
Because they killed 2 of my partners in 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
I just need to know where someone would lay low until they can get on a boat.
There's a couple places in the shanty town. There's if you go down to the southeast end of it, there's some tea houses and restaurants, a couple of warehouses maybe. I don't know.
That's good enough. It at least gives me a direction to start. Sorry to drag you into this again. It's gotten messy, and I'll explain when I see you in person next.
Be careful.
Always.
Click.
While she's making her phone call, Oelsen is grabbing a Sharpie out of a pocket, and she goes, for identifying purposes, and she draws a bee on her neck with the Sharpie.
Cool.
Just a visual reference. Not like, oh look, she's got a random bee on her neck, but like, it's there if you look at it.
Like the letter B, not a letter.
It's literally the letter B.
Okay, not a B. Not like
not a picture of a bee.
Cool.
Not a baker, but B baker.
Like
B
just
baker.
below the collar line, so it's hidden by the shirt, so people aren't like, why does this woman have Sharpie on her neck?
By the way, I didn't realize this about 10, 15 minutes ago, but I've actually somehow or other brought the Oelsen twins into this game.
God damn it.
Yes, I noticed that in chat.
Didn't realize it until I said it in chat, and then it happened. So...
Love it.
That's a thing. Cool.
I mean, they do make a lot of money, so there's maybe there's some windfall that's coming my way.
Hey, listen.
We can refer to you as Ashley Oelsen Baker.
Are you the
Do
one?
they have an owl?
Are you
Thank
the
you,
one?
good night.
Are you the one who played the Scarlet Witch? I can't remember if that's you or not.
She's not one of the twins.
Oh, I
She's
know.
the same one.
That's the whole point.
She's
Probably gets that all the
single.
time. Right. Anywho, so a conference potentially ended within this little tete-a-tete. Where is your next port of call? Either individually or all together?
Seawall Shantytown, baby.
Yeah, I'm down for a stakeout.
All of you to the Seawall Shantytown.
I don't bother taking the blood off.
Fair.
I mean, look where we're going. Who cares?
It'll
about
help you blend.
Extra blood. I do make sure to wear something high enough up that like the bandages are covered. So.
Okay. All right. I would say that you probably the shantytown is far to the west of Los Angeles. Like you will.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to take transport.
Indeed, skimmering or what's it called? Or metro cabbing to the shantytown.
Cab showing up in a cop skimmer is gonna be way too obvious.
Uber.
Hey, we're not cops. Whatever. We just stole this thing. It's fine.
Uber exists in the future. It's Fuber. Here we go. Now, just an informational about shantytowns in the future. Climate change is a thing, in case you haven't noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, shantytowns exist around various places, but this one is very specific because there is in fact a seawall that was created specifically because rising sea levels and raging tsunamis since the 2020s, hint hint, nudge nudge, wink wink, say no more, have become extremely prevalent. Whereas before they were only seasonal, now they are almost an expected weather phenomena on a monthly basis. So because of that, Los Angeles began construction in the early 2020s of a massive hydro dam across the coastline, safeguarding their borders while farming precious energy for the city itself. And though most of LA is now protected, the seawall is unfortunately nowhere near full completion. And to be perfectly honest, those who were working on it, its replicant construction force, shall we call it, have been drastically reduced due to the prohibition of replicant use in labor. It is only now, since the replicant 8s have been reintroduced to the workforce and the repeal of what is known as prohibition, that there is potentially renewed hope to complete this coastline seawall in, shall we call it, 1 or 2 decades. Largely thanks to the countless replicants commissioned by Wallace Corp. Thank you, Wallace. As you approach the shantytown, you see that the base of both sides of this massive seawall structure, there is a shantytown has sort of essentially sprouted like some kind of horrendous plant or fungus mass, which is essentially just a group of homes, small created buildings, which you know that are the residential area for the gangs, orphans, those who could not find any kind of housing within the city itself, the mega city of Los Angeles, and of course replicants. And as well, beyond the shantytown and beyond the seawall itself, which has not been completed, you do see stilt houses, a number of houseboats, and I would say less than attractive-looking shops and warehouses in the area. Let me sort of move you folks to the map area where you technically are moving to. So let me just zoom out.
I also want to say that I grabbed and that I printed out a casual photo of Baker, not like a cop photo.
Yeah, that's fair.
That I can use to help look for Noah.
Okay.
Did we take a little selfie real quick?
Ting! I'm going to move you guys to the sort of larger map because the seawall docks are actually
they're way down here, yeah,
over there, and I don't even know if chat can see that unless I zoom in a bit, but I will do my best to do so. So let me just zoom in, enhance, zoom in, enhance. You guys are essentially right here at the seawall docks in sector 12, which is as far as you can get from the main area of the city itself. So when you arrive at the shantytown, you guys are in coming out of a metro cab, and all of these stilt houses and jetties and boats. You see them sort of coming and going in the evening. There is, of course, as prevalent throughout most of this lovely case file, there's driving rain. The waves, you hear the sound from the Pacific Ocean. You see that the harbor area of the shantytown is relatively close by to where your metro cab is when it drops you off. And I guess as you exit the cab, you do see various people in sort of what would probably be considered to be the dregs of clothing that is wrapped around their body. They sort of look at you with some form of suspicion, maybe even hostility, as you exit. Make a connections roll, all four of you.
Ignore that.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry,
I forgot that when we do group rolls, we have the person with the least skill doing it.
I'm a B.
I'm a C.
Okay. Fenna got a 3 with a C. Jesus. Anybody have lower than a C on connections?
I have a D.
Oh, well then, Oelsen, you got 1 success even with a D. That's fine. I'll accept that. All right.
I just upped mine today. It was a D.
Cool. So although you 4 of you pass into the shantytown, and several of these individuals, whether they be replicants or no, you don't know, they look at you. They have their hands inside their coats. None of them seem to move at you in any kind of hostile fashion.
Going to move towards the area that Rada suggested down on the southeast.
Okay.
And
okay. You look around, you see that there are a couple of different buildings that are closest to the harbor. There's a looks to be a tea house. You see that it has a neon sign of a mermaid in relief. You see that there's a building next to that says Tony's Boat Mechanic. Then there's a restaurant. Some tables you see outside. It seems to be closed for the evening, as you guys have... Actually, it shouldn't be closed. This is the night, so it would be... A couple people would probably be eating around here. It's called El Torito. That's where you guys end up. There's a couple of buildings further south of your position, but that's where you are.
I want to start out just by looking around to see if I can spot this doppelganger of Baker.
Okay. Observation roll, please. Just Fenna.
This is also a D. None. Yeah, I'll push that.
You push both of them?
Yep, I'm gonna push it by sort of shaking my head, calming my breath, starting to really just zero in on Peaceful's faces.
Okay.
Oh!
Ooh, damn! That's a double 1, too, on the pushed roll.
That's 2 resolve down, right?
That is correct. 2 resolve.
Okay.
How are you looking for resolve?
I got 2 left.
Oh, shit. That's not a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
How does that sort of materialize in Fenna, in her inability to find this person?
I think that you sort of see her shoulders slump and her hands kind of clench in frustration. Like she knew it wasn't going to be easy, but she was kind of hoping that it would. Okay. Like, how hard can it be to spot someone who looks like your friend?
Right.
And then, yeah, just kind of looks at it, just, I don't.
Can Go ahead.
She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a piece of paper. and starts folding it while she sits there.
Okay. What are you folding it into like an origami thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
She makes a little origami crane.
Okay.
And gains 1 point of resolve back.
Love it. Anyone else want to do anything?
Yeah. From the tea house,
Mm-hmm.
is the intersection itself like super visible? Can I get like a seat where it's visible?
You mean at the tea house itself?
Yeah, like the intersection outward. I want to see one of the biggest crowd areas and trying to like look at traffic flow. Do people stay away from a certain area? Are they moving towards a certain area?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something that looks like it shouldn't be a traffic? Like in my mind, when I'm thinking sea shanties along the docks, I'm thinking cement tunnels underground. I'm thinking like buildings and doors that maybe if they're back to back to back, some of them are stacked together.
Sure.
Is one clearly like a traffic flow pattern? Is there a
that's fine.
A trickle or a flow of
are you
people
doing this,
and starting to assess that.
Are you doing this from within the tea house itself or outside? There are a couple tables outside the tea house.
Oh, outside would be great.
Okay, yeah. You sit at one of the tables outside the tea house. It's right next to one of these sort of larger, rickety-looking boats. There's actually a few of them along the harbor.
Okay. Is the boathouse occupied, or is it just there?
There's no boathouse, right? There's I'm just making sure we all are on the same page. It's a harbor, right? So it's like a long sea what do you call it? Boardwalk, essentially. And along the boardwalk, you have all the boats that have been moored and harbored up. Harbored, I can't believe I used that as a verb. But along that span of space where the boats are all moored, there are buildings and warehouses and such.
Okay.
One of which being this mermaid tea house.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna just try and also keep an eye out for faces.
Okay.
I think my cover, but also a thing that I think Abhainn does with his notebook because of interacting with people, and also because he's trying to figure out how to use his fucking Esper wall, which is annoying both the player and the character. I think I'm going to use that tiny little notepad that I had from session 1. I think I'm going to start trying to like sketch people's faces. Where like getting into the habit of doing police sketches to just get quick descriptions down, general features, starting to figure out like how do I. If we find a double or if we find particularly unique faces, I should have this skill sharpened again.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So just want to sort of get an idea of where everybody is. It looks like Fenna is close to you, Abhainn? Not close to you?
Yeah, Fenna's kind of like standing on a street corner in the vicinity of Abhainn, but not like at his table or anything.
Yeah, I'd say that you're maybe 100 or so feet from him. What about Yoshida and Oelsen? What are you guys doing? I'll get back to your role in a second, Evan. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go down to the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my hood up and lowered, and hands in the pocket, just walking along, looking around, just looking. And watching everything, looking at every face.
Sure.
Just trying to breathe and really stay focused in the moment.
Okay. So I'm here, you just want to sort of look around just to see what you can see. See if anything pops into your cortex.
Looking for my mirror.
Yeah, looking for your you.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you as well in a second after I do Abhainn's. Yoshida, where are you standing in this sort of area of the seawall, Shantytown?
Muted.
You're muted.
Ben?
There we go.
There we go.
I'm in the tea house.
You're in the tea house with Abhainn. Got it.
Do we all have pictures of Baker, or is it just Fenna?
That's up to you.
I'll have a picture of her too.
Okay.
Is there like somebody running the tea house?
Yeah. It's night. Tea houses are very very popular. I think this one does not seem to be an exception to that. So I think that there are people who come over to you and take your order for tea if you would like it.
Yes, I'll take tea, and I'm looking for a friend. I think she came down here to score earlier today, and we haven't seen her since. I was wondering if maybe you saw her. She's kind of troubled, and I want to bring her back home.
Score? Score what?
Whatever she can get her hands on. Drugs.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any kind of...
I'm not asking you for drugs. I'm asking if you've seen my friend.
Oh,
who comes down here to get into trouble.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Do you have...
Oh, dig in my pocket like I wasn't, expecting to wave this photo around, and then like here she is.
Looks at the photo. No, I'm sorry, sir. I've not seen anyone like that.
All right, thank you.
Clearly, they're not looking outside where there is very much someone who looks just like that, who's looking around, walking down the boardwalk. But yeah. So, Abhainn, give me an observation roll. No successes and a 1. So do you want to push that 4? You can't push the 1, but you can push the 4. What do you do differently? If it is indeed that you want to push.
Always. I think when I notice Tayo is starting to talk to people, I'm going to get up and move to a different part of the street corner.
Okay.
I think I'm going to move across the street so that Fenna and I are a little further apart, but that I can still have Victor and Fenna in visible range, knowing that Tayo's in the mermaid.
Okay.
And just change position to do the same thing.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you get up, you cross over to the other sort of... It has sort of an upside-down L where the street corner sort of turns, and then there's a long span of street where it abuts against the actual harbor itself, right? All the boats. So there's like the tea house is here, and then that way is the street. So if you come out of the tea house, you can make a quick left and then go down the boardwalk.
Hoping maybe to see if there's something about books that are more there that I'm in the same, again, looking for patterns, looking for where people might be flowing through so that we can narrow to a certain number of places, get as many faces registered between all 4 of us as possible.
Okay. Sure thing. Yeah.
And I will re-roll that 1.
Nice.
Success.
1 success. Cool. I would say that although you don't see from this distance someone who looks like Oelsen, you do see that there are several boats, some larger than others, some newer than others. You do see that there is a one boat that has just come into harbor. It's tying off its mooring. You see several people dressed in large rain slickers, and there is someone sitting in the back of the boat. Can't see their face, but they're not moving. They're about, I would say from your position, probably pretty far. We're talking 150 feet.
Is there a bench down the boardwalk between me and this person where I can sit and look unobtrusive?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of benches and crates and barrels and detritus that you could sit or hide behind if you wanted to.
Great. Yeah. I don't know about hide, but I want to be unnoticed. Is there a lower level to this boardwalk, or it's just one straight road?
Straight
level?
Yeah, there's no lower level, unfortunately.
It doesn't decline down closer to the water.
It does not.
Yeah, I think about half of that distance, I'm going to just sort of lean out and look over the water.
Okay.
Pensively and find opportunities for some shrewd but unobtrusive glances in the direction of the person.
Okay.
Close enough to get general features.
All right.
Not like I can't see the whites of their eyes, but like
how
maybe
close,
like hair color.
How close do you want to get, feet-wise?
$50.
50 feet. Okay. Pretty close.
Close enough to where the boat is, but maybe more like observing and sort of wandering than necessarily walking with purpose.
Okay.
A slow amble.
Yeah, there's a set of benches you can sit sort of on. You see that the 3 individuals are sort of walking up and down the pier. They're all sort of tying up their moorings. Some of them are putting crates and the like inside the boat. They do not seem to notice you in any way, shape, or form. Oelsen and Fenna, you guys are a little bit further up the boardwalk. You see that Abhainn has sort of walked a little further south of your position and is now sitting on the bench. Oelsen, I said I was going to ask you to do an observation roll. Go for it. Zero successes. Do you want to push that roll, Oelsen?
If I fail,
yeah,
what bad happens?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
Does that take away from resolve?
If you get a 1 on the pushed roll, if you get a 1 on the pushed roll, it takes away from resolve. If you get a 0 success, then, well, something bad is going to happen. That's just the way these games work.
Well, she's only got 1 resolve left. Is the problem.
And that would break.
So I would say I'm not going to push this.
Okay.
I was going to say, failing to see an Oelsen doppelganger, I am going to start watching Oelsen to see if anyone is watching her.
Well, guess what? Maeve Climber just gave you a point of resolve by redeeming 7,500 points just when you needed it.
Yay.
So now you have 2. So if you want to push it, I will retroactively allow you to if you want to.
Okay, I will push one of them.
Which one? 2 or the 4? Not that it matters.
Well, one of them might be a different die.
That's true. Push the higher die, definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh. Awesome. Well, that's a failure.
Well,
didn't get it once, you didn't lose any resolve, but something bad may happen very, very soon.
Yeah.
And I'll keep that in the back of my mind for me to know and you to find out. So
I'm watching Oelsen to see if anybody looks like they're watching her.
Make an observation roll.
Let's see if
everybody's looking at people looking at people.
Nicer to me this time. Come on, dice.
Oh, still 0. Do you want?
I'm going to push one of them.
Okay.
I'm going to push the D10.
Okay. Oh,
Still
no.
fail.
Still fail. Fenna, you do not see anyone looking at Oelsen. There's just a hurried bunch of people walking up and down the not the boulevard, the boardwalk.
Boardwalk.
Yeah. There's just a whole hurried group of people trying to get out of the rain, running into various shops, etc. So it's just a hustle and bustle. You don't know what's going on. But you do not see anybody looking at Oelsen. You do not at least see anybody out of the ordinary.
Okay.
We're going to flip it back to Yoshida quickly. Yoshida, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna drink that tea real fast and then kind of head out there. I mean, this is kind of a bad part of town, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right. So
that was the other reason Fenna wanted everyone to come together.
Yeah. Do I see maybe Like a bum that's probably been sitting there begging all day, or maybe a drug dealer that's, been sitting there trying to crank out some cash.
The old drug dealer peddler.
Yeah.
The pusher.
The pusher. Make a connections roll.
All right.
Okay.
Hey.
So yeah, you see a guy with a trench coat. Hey, you want to buy an O? No, that's not the guy.
Nice pull.
Thank you. You're welcome. You do see a guy. He's not someone you know specifically, but he does have kind of the look of someone. He's sort of looking around. He's looking left and right. He doesn't recognize you, obviously, as LAPD, Rep Detect, or any of the thing of the like. And
Well, because he's not. So
and
there
certainly
you go.
doesn't recognize you as, someone who's linked to your family either.
Okay.
Want to buy some death sticks? Want to go home and think about my life?
I'm gonna approach him.
Okay. Hey, man, I got some real good stuff. You wanna get some of that? Get in on this?
No, but I'm looking for somebody who might have come by to buy some of your stuff.
Nah, man, this ain't worth it, man. You probably a cop? You a cop?
No, I'm not. Definitely not a cop. Just a friend of mine who likes to get herself into too much trouble, and I just want to make sure she gets home safe. I don't care if she's high. Matter of fact, she's a better time when she's high.
Manipulation roll, Yoshida.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Guy looks at you, goes, "Listen, man, I don't want any trouble. All right."
No trouble, man.
He looks down at the picture and he goes, "Yeah, I think I saw that one. Yeah, she was here about 20 minutes ago. She was looking up and down at the boats."
Any idea where she went or which one she might have gone on?
Nah, man, I wasn't paying much attention. She just kept looking around. She looked like she didn't want to be seen. She looked over at me. I kind of gave her a one over, and then she just sort of left. I haven't seen her since, but she's all right looking, right?
Oh yeah, she's a looker.
Yeah.
But you don't know which direction she went?
Nah, man, like I said, I didn't see her. I saw she was
All right.
looking, and then she left.
Slip him a couple chinyan.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Kind of move in the direction of everybody else.
Okay. So you exit the tea house, start moving across to the restaurant El Torito. You see Fenna there looking distraught. She hasn't really made a whole lot of progress looking around. Sort of gives you a shrug once over. A little further away.
Go
ahead.
Give her a little head shake. I give him a little head shake, and then I gesture my head just to point out where Abhainn is and where Baker is, and then I move a little closer to Baker.
Okay. Baker is like maybe 40 feet or so from you.
That sounds about right, yeah.
On the other side of a warehouse that seems to be an old abandoned warehouse. And then Oelsen, you turn to see behind you that standing, smoking a cigarette, looking around, very, very indistinct from almost everybody else, sort of very much slipping into the crowd, is Ray McCoy. He sort of does one of these and motions to you, Oelsen, to come over.
I go ahead and go over.
Says, "Hey, what you doing here?"
My job. What are you doing here?
"What do you mean, your job? We're on the same job."
That's what I thought. Following up on a lead.
"What do you mean?"
Maybe I should ask you first. You haven't exactly tried to work with the rest of the team real well.
Yeah, that's what I've been told for a long, long time. Does not work well with others.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to break your rule about partners for just a minute. And what are you looking for?
I got a tip on our potential perp down here by the seawall. It looks you up and down. Haven't seen someone who looks very distinctly like yourself.
Really?
Really?
Have you seen said perp?
Nah. It's hard to tell sometimes.
I step a little closer. Take a good look. What do you think?
He stares at you. Puts his hand inside of his jacket. He goes, sometimes it's really, really hard to tell.
You need to be careful with how you talk to me. I'm not in the mood for bullshit. Understand me? I don't care if you're older. I don't care if I'm supposed to respect my elders. Be nice.
You know, I know you're not a replicant.
Tell me how.
Because I'd be dead by now.
Yeah, probably.
Where are the rest of your little gang?
I like to think Fenna appears over her shoulder at that point because I had been keeping an eye on her.
Okay.
Right here.
Never far away.
Good to know. Where's the old man?
About that. Can I get closer to has the figure still not left the boat?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to amble a little bit closer, hands in my pockets.
Cool. Like
And
how much
through
closer?
Are they near the gangplank to get off this boat? Or are they, you said the back of the boat?
The figure's in the back of the boat, but these figures are working along the dock.
Hands in my pockets. Through the pocket, I'm going to thumb the safety on my blaster.
Okay.
And I'm
You
going
haven't
to
filed
get...
the safety off yet?
Doesn't want to blow another hole in his leg. It's cool.
I'm going to get 10 feet closer, but still giving the dock workers room.
Okay.
But now specifically starting to observe, are they acting suspicious? If someone is just sitting on... because this was...
Mm-hmm.
You said this was more of like a cargo and passenger thing?
Yeah.
Like, you would think that everybody else had been ushered off, that somebody shouldn't be sitting there that doesn't look... You no descriptions that sound like they work on the boat. So I'm definitely intrigued by their lack of reaction to the person. So I'm going to look and see if we're dealing with NPCs that are just picking up a box and putting it down intentionally, looking busy but not actually being busy.
Yeah, no, they're not just lifting things up and putting them down, as the commercial says. They are just distributing. They're picking up cargo from the dock and bringing it onto the boat, barrels, boxes, etc. And they are doing it, I would say, relatively swiftly, like they're in a hurry.
Can I make an observation on them and or the person in the back of the boat with 10 feet closer, 40 feet total
What are you
distance?
looking for? What are you looking for?
Any of the things mentioned from the underground that Fenna would have told me about from case 1, or faces that we have specifically been interacting with here, or vague features? Like, can I
or
try and
any
go
of the
off
people from the Esper Wall?
Okay.
Features outlines from the Esper wall.
Cool. Yeah, I would say an observation's fine.
Okay.
One
Success.
success. With one success, you're able to sort of catch fleeting glimpses of the faces of these individuals under their coats. Their silhouettes do not look similar to the ones that you have from the photo. And obviously, there's no one here with an owl. They seem very slight compared to the somewhat stocky looking individuals who were in that photo.
On my one observation, does this boat look like it has places I could hide if I had to jump on it before it left?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Alvin's going rogue. Time to split the party.
I am going to sort of gaze up and around and look like I'm appreciating the boat as just like a tourist or a homeless person. Very, very sort of like vague awe. And in my pocket, I'm going to text boat hold seems in hurry. If I can do the sort of pocket texting of the old days, 222-111-44.
Nice.
Sure, why not? It appears on all of your KIAs on your wrists.
But specifically saying hold, as in I'm not jumping. There is nothing to immediately go, but pulling a lead.
And if that's right when McCoy says, "Where's the old man?" Fenna will look down at her KI and say, "Watching boats."
McCoy looks at you and says, "Which one?"
I don't know. He just said he's watching the boats.
We're all
What are you doing here, McCoy?
on the same page here. Which boat?
I have no way of knowing which boat. He just sent me a message on the KIA.
So send him a message back and ask him which boat.
She'll look down. She'll send a message that says, "McCoy is here." And then in parentheses, 3 question marks. Wants to know which boat.
What is the name on the side of the boat, Matthew?
I'm gonna make up a name based on. I'm pulling a fucking Kaiser Sose here.
The SS Boblin?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it the Cornwall.
All right. Okay, we'll ping, and Fenna will look down, read it, and look up at McCoy and say,
"Oh, I didn't send it yet."
Okay.
I am sighing because I'm debating how best to do this and not fuck myself out of another character in this game.
While this is going on, I've kind of over McCoy. I've turned my back on him and started to walk away.
Okay, cool.
Purposely turning my back on him in a way that he purposely disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah.
And then walks away.
Fenna is gonna look at McCoy and say, "We are all on the same team, though still don't know how you wound up here."
Same way you did. Follow leads.
Where'd you get your lead?
It's not your business.
Like I said. Anyway, McCoy, I know that you think shoot first, ask questions later is the right way to do things. But right now, questions are what we need answer, and dead men don't talk. So keep it in your pocket, big boy.
He just smiles.
And she'll turn and walk away from him, too.
Okay.
Did the dock workers have any reaction when I got a little bit ambling?
You didn't make any kind of overt moves, and considering your connections role at the very beginning, I don't think that you sort of showed that you were in any way, hostile or anything like that. I'd say no.
I'm gonna make a point of definitely scratching at my scruff with the fingerless gloves to really sell the homeless man look.
Okay.
And try and keep the phone in the pocket out of view. Is there more street and dock past the boat if I walk all the way past it, or
Yeah,
are we
there
too
is.
close to the end of that L?
No, there is definitely more street. There's a warehouse a little further past that boat on the eastern side, southeastern side. There are a couple of other boats as well on the other parts of the dock. Because for the most part, the dock has two sides, right? There's boats on both sides, right?
Okay.
But there's not much dock after the warehouse. It sort of ends in a few more boats after that.
I'm going to amble past it, but I am going to shoot a glance in the direction of the figure that I assume, based on lack of specifics, has still been sitting or standing just on that boat I've been observed, the Cornwall.
Okay.
And sort of classic slow John Woo, walking with purpose, and then like the look in that direction to see as the camera slows down if they make eye contact or if I can get any visual descriptions.
Okay. One kind of looks over in your direction, since you're just sort of standing there. And to be perfectly honest, there aren't a whole lot of people on this far south of the shantytown dock itself, except them and you. One of them sort of comes over to you and probably stands maybe 10 or 15 feet from you. Says, "You need something?"
I'm just observing the boats. In my much younger days, I had a job similar to yours.
Is he walking with me as I'm doing this, walking past the boat to the next boat?
Yeah, sure.
Does he look threatened or just curious? Empathy?
Yes. No, wait,
Yeah.
hold on 1 second. Let me just double check on that. Insight, I believe, is the roll, actually. He looks nervous. He looks very nervous, actually.
Can I tell why?
With a critical success, it's going to be hard to tell why, but I will say that, since you did get 2 on the insight roll, I'll say that he feels like he's being interrupted, and potentially by someone he doesn't trust.
And I couldn't get a glimpse of the person I'm trying to
No.
spot.
Still
Okay.
in the back. Hidden from your view.
Well, I don't mean to keep you. Enjoy the work if you can.
And I'm just going to sort of wave gently with the hand and keep going. And then I'm going to try and get to a position on the boat past it so that I can fucking see and observe something and or jump off that boat.
Okay, there's a...
Are there other
So
dock workers at the next boat down?
There are no dock workers. The boat on which this person is sitting is the far western boat. There's one boat, like, essentially right next to it. There's nobody on that boat, though.
Is there a way to stealth onto that boat and see if I can get from a very different angle observation?
You want to jump onto the boat next to the boat that you've been casing?
Not right next to him, but yes, that boat.
Yeah, sure. Let's make a roll here. This is gonna be a physical roll for certain. Make a mobility roll. Yep. You just leap and then find yourself on the rocky rock-strewn, I should say, rock-strewn metal floor of this rather large boat.
Potentially like behind crates or something.
Yeah,
so
sure. Let's go with that. I'm fine with that.
And then just sort of staying low and seeing if I can get any angle on this. And since we're doing the Kaiser Soze metaphor,
yeah,
I want to see the trench coat. I want to see the hat. I want to see if I can see the face when the lighter goes off.
Who knew that this shit would bring in fucking Usual Suspects all over the place?
I mean,
if I had the soundtrack.
If we had the rights to the soundtrack.
I can't wait till one of you goes, "It's the strangest thing," and then just falls face down on the ground.
Ray McCoy from here on, it's just Chaz Palminteri.
Fair. Yoshida, let's flip back to you. You've sort of been left by yourself ever since your encounter with this drug dealer. Right now, you've walked past, trailing the rest of your compatriots down the dock. You're sort of right next to a crab house restaurant. People are eating crab in vast quantities, just loving it, soaking it up. What do you want to do? You're muted.
Muted.
Keep tailing everybody, but as I walk by these places, I'm definitely looking in the windows to see if I see the faux baker.
Okay. You're further away than everybody else, for sure. But I will give you, just based on your angle, I'll give you an observation roll. You do see, with your observation roll, no matter the success or failure, you do see that in front of you are Fenna and Baker. And I think you can probably see from your perspective Ray McCoy as well, who's sort of walking in a parallel direction that they are, to the sort of southwest. But let's see how good you can really see. Go ahead and make your observation roll.
No.
No successes. You want to push that and tell me if so, how?
I don't know. I guess he's feeling a bit distracted, so kind of he pulls out a cigarette, he lights it, gets his mind on straight, and then takes another look around, continuing to walk in their direction, trying to get different angles on people.
Okay. Make your pushed roll. Two successes. That's a critical success. Best observation roll we've had so far, at least in the last while. So Yoshida, I think that as you sort of slip on the other side, and then you're probably like catty corner to where they are, you can actually see, instead of on an angle, you can see straight down the length of this boat, which is covered over by a green tarp. And as one of these individuals who've been working on the dock, like, moves a crate over, you see, just for a second, huddled with her face in a green coat, the face of Oelsen Baker.
All right. I'm walking towards the boat, and I'm specifically walking past Fenna and Baker, and whichever one's closest, I'm gonna reach out and tap their arm and start making my way towards that boat.
Okay. You guys notice that Yoshida is now moving in a very specific vector. Fenna and Oelsen.
Follow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't want to let Oelsen out of my sight, but definitely want to follow Yoshida, so...
So you're going to trail behind Oelsen, Fenna?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Ray McCoy disappears behind a large crate on the other side of the boardwalk.
Okay.
I'm going to text the words, lose McCoy, Cornwall suspicious.
Fenna will check that and then kind of stop. And well, actually, before she stops, she's going to say under her breath to Baker, keep on Yoshida, we've got to lose McCoy. And then she's going to stop and sort of look quickly to one side like she just spotted something, and then take off at a run in an opposite direction.
Which direction?
Towards the warehouse that
Okay.
McCoy was lurking behind.
Oh, it wasn't lurking behind the warehouse. There's a crate, a large crate in between you.
No, previously when we met him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you want to go behind the warehouse, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna I want to make it look as though I just saw something and then I'm taking off after. Like, saw someone and I'm taking off after them.
Okay.
It's like a little play. It's a little play acting.
Oh, I get it. Okay, then make a... I see that.
In an attempt to lure out McCoy and get him to follow me.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. I would say make a. This is going to be a manipulate. This is going to be a an opposed manipulation roll here, shall we?
Okay. Yes. Let's do it.
No successes.
What? Fuck you. I'm pushing that.
Okay.
Bingo.
There we
Two
go.
successes.
Nice.
Okay. Let me
Crit.
see what Ray McCoy's manipulation is. Okay. He also got 2 manipulation roll.
Okay.
So it's a push, so to speak. I would say that he may be sort of like making some kind of a motion. So he notices sort of like you walking in that direction, but he does not chase after you, it seems.
Damn it.
Quickly, let's flip it to Ark and Abhainn before we go to break. This is, I think, our last little thing of what I've got planned anyway.
How ready does this boat look to leave? Like, are they
the engine is not on.
Immediately?
Yeah, the engine is not on.
So I've got time. So I'm not gonna stealth right on, but I am gonna try and find a position where I can observe things and not be super noticed.
Okay. What are you looking for, and who are you looking for?
I am waiting to get that Kaiser Soze angle because I don't know that Ben's seen it. And I am trying to see if they start moving around or if they're just sitting there huddled the whole time. I'm going to see if these guys look like they're packing or they're just dock workers trying to move quickly and efficiently. But that nervous guy, definitely gave me the red flag that I was sniffing. And I think Abhainn is now in a comfortable place where, as a guy who does a lot of street rat shit as an informant and an undercover, he doesn't mind sitting between boxes and crates in a cramped position and just like finding his patience. I think he is now the hunter's blind scenario. He's got an observation. If he needs to, he'll take a fucking running leap. But I think he is going to wait for his fucking shot and see if he can get a photo or at least get the figure visible so that he can quick snap it in his memory and sketch out the features. Again, me not knowing that it's Baker.
Right on.
I want to figure out who the hell this is because we need to start eliminating suspects. We need to start figuring out the connection between these 6.
I want to clarify. It's not the figure that you see sitting openly at the end of the boat that he saw as Baker. He saw someone hiding under a tarp.
Oh. I misunderstood that description then. So there's at least one more on the boat. Okay, yeah, then I'm definitely staying exactly where I am.
Okay.
Is it the same boat?
No, he's
that
moved.
He saw
he's moved to. Let me be clear, just because things are a little nebulous here.
Right? I thought Yoshida was moving toward a different boat.
He is.
Okay.
As far as I know, am I correct, Yoshida?
The boat that he saw Baker hiding on is not the boat that
Abhainn is
that Abhainn is watching.
No.
Okay, there we go.
Well, wait, sorry. He's not. It's not the same boat that Abhainn is on.
No, is it the boat that Abhainn is watching?
Yes, it is the same boat.
Okay, all right. I thought it was a different boat entirely.
No, you guys all are focused on a single boat, a very small vessel.
Okay.
Lots of crates on it, a single individual in the back, which Yoshida saw looks just like Oelsen Baker.
Oh, so the figure is the one that Patrick's been watching, that is Baker.
That is correct.
Okay, I misunderstood.
I'm just trying to close the loop on the meta. But also, if there's anybody else on this boat that she's in connection with, we get another face of the 6 potentially. Like, there's reasons to stick it out, even if it's character blind. Is there anything else interesting I can observe about the details of the boat, any cargo on it, if I can't see this feature due to crates and whatnot? Or is there any indication of where it might have come from or is heading?
No.
Does it look like?
Yes.
Does it look like the captain is down doing dock stuff with the deck workers, or is the cabin unattended?
I would say that the cabin seems unattended.
I have a backup plan. I am going to text them adjacent boat spotted something waiting for view.
I'm gonna shoot a text that says tried to lure McCoy away, failed, will keep an eye on him from behind, and then I'm in a position myself to stealthily keep an eye on McCoy and see what he does.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. You guys all seem to be in position. I'm going to tell you what happens in the next 30 seconds. Fenna, you watch from the corner behind the warehouse. You see Yoshida walking slowly but steadily towards the boat. Behind him, you see Oelsen Baker moving with some trepidation as well in that same direction, perhaps not with the same speed. And you do see that on the other side of these large containers, you see Ray McCoy pull out his PKD blaster. And then he levels it in the direction of Oelsen Baker. And that's where we're going to go to break. Hey folks, we're back. Thanks for staying with us. I think it's time for a giveaway.
Woo!
So, those of you who want to involve themselves in tonight's giveaway, which gives you this... Hopefully it doesn't... is it going to do it? You guys can sort of see this. Look, it's an actual shrink
rate. It
rate.
kind of exists.
Shit. Do I have to turn off my thing in Zoom? I will. Fuck it. I don't care. If you guys want to see it, I will allow you to see the glory.
Of the Magio.
I will say... Blur back... No, I don't want to blur background. I want to just... Unblur!
There you go.
There we go. Say it. There it is.
The
This
illusion is ruined forever.
I know. I no longer live in the future. I live in my apartment. Blade Runner, the role-playing game. Fiery Angels. Yes, it's backwards. That's fine. That's the way I mirror my shit.
Not for us.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Not
Works
for
fine on
us.
the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's... Yeah. That's it, folks. That's what you're going to get if you decide to be in this awesome giveaway. How do you get in the giveaway? Well, one, be in the channel right now on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm so sorry. It has already happened. If you want to be involved, I'm going to allow for the next, say, minute or so, in the chat, go ahead and type !Blade Runner. All one word. And let's see who wants to be involved in this giveaway. !Blade Runner for the giveaway. Okay. Another 30 seconds or so of those of you who want to watch this amazing, very heavy, very full of stuff, like be given to somebody else. Go ahead and !Blade Runner if you don't want that to happen. You want it? If you want it, you gotta get in the giveaway. There's only 2 people in the giveaway so far. Okay, it's fine.
I'm being good and not
No, you are not eligible. Oh. People in the game cannot get it. People outside the game can. So I've got 3 people.
There you go.
3 people in
now
the
it's
giveaway.
a party.
Now it's 3's company. Come and knock on our... All right, let's do this. I'm going to give another 30 seconds, and that's it. After the 30 seconds, I'm gonna spin the wheel of doom and see which of you 3 guys get it. T minus 30 seconds. Anyone want to tell us what you think? How much you think this particular lovely Blade Runner role-playing game scenario might be worth? How much do you think this is worth?
Probably the same price as a passport to Paris.
$1 million.
Perhaps they're just winning London. Or, hey, you never know. That is the challenge.
Yeah, it's like worth a certain amount of kroner, because this is a Swedish
Ah,
product.
yes. 356 kroner.
You know what? You're probably pretty accurate.
I've bought other things from Free League, so I'm guessing based on that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. Which is like $40, I think, from what I remember.
Yeah, thereabouts.
$40, pretty decent. 120 Australian dollars. Unfortunately, not
that might be how much it costs in American dollars to ship it.
It's about
to
right.
Australia.
Yeah, to Australia. All right, let's run this. Here we go. Giveaways. Rolling it. Kunjakur is the winner of the giveaway. Kunjagur. Thank you, Kunjagur, for participating in the giveaway. If you would be so kind, if you're not already in our Discord, I'm going to go ahead and spam the Discord. If I can type. Join our Discord and then direct message me your name and address, and I will ship it out to you forthwith. Good luck in your blade running. Is that a verb? Blade running?
Yes, it is now.
It is a verb. Good luck in your running of the blades.
Try not to kill all of your players.
It will happen.
Or just kill your players.
Or just kill your players and be fun. And
Do what you got to do.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of killing all your players, let's get into what will essentially be a combat. Let me switch you guys to a map.
Oh, we have a map.
Oh yes, I just wanted to make sure you guys are all on the places where you wanted to be, and I was like literally tracking your tokens down. I was like, "How are you doing that? Oh, you're doing that. Okay, you're doing that. Okay, you're doing that. Okay, you're moving over there. Okay, now you're on a map.
Now let's see if I actually look like where I think I was.
I'm going to shift ping you to where it is. Let me zoom out because goodness gracious, you guys are in a pickle. So there is where you are, right by the warehouse. Here is where Fenna is, right in the corner of the warehouse.
Okay, except I should be able to. I can't see McCoy from here, and I intended to be somewhere that I could still see McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy was like over here, right? So he moved, and then moved around the other side of that big old crate.
Had to put a fucking zone between us, didn't you?
Listen, I don't put zones. I just ask where people are. So McCoy stands there.
If I had known that there was a zone there, I would have been like here.
Yeah, I definitely did not think the boats were laid out this way. I would have changed a lot of descriptions if I had understood how this dock was laid out.
Well, god damn it.
That's fine.
That's just the fun of the role playing of the games. Because as soon as you put out a map, everyone's like, "Oh my god, combat! God, So
we're not. I just like knowing where I am.
I love that the most detailed boat is not the one we're worried about.
Yeah, I know.
Over here with all
the one with all the schmutz on it
containers
and stuff like that. Yeah, that's way too big of a boat. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, it's definitely.
I didn't ask how big the boat was. I said I cast fireball.
Okay, so let's bring. First of all, this music, although tense, is not the right music. Let me give you some better music to do this with. Here we go. Let's go with this one. All right, that's much better. So you clearly see that Ray McCoy is peeking out from behind and zeroing in right on Oelsen Baker herself right there. Not on the one that looks just like Oelsen right there.
That's fantastic.
In between them, of course, is Yoshida. There are 3 individuals who all, for some reason or other, look like Cara Delevingne. Right here. Let me give you a shift ping as to the awesome art that I somehow found. To symbolize these 3 individual dock workers in the shantytown area.
That's a cool pick.
All right, so I'm gonna review my combat shit because it's been a fucking long time since I've done combat in this system. But I remember that initiative is done in the same way that most Freely games are, which are done on a D10 system, if I remember correctly. So let me just bring up our turn order.
There's also the initiative card things.
That's right. You know what? We could do just initiative cards. If you guys want to pull initiative cards, and then we could do it like that. That works for me too.
Who is this Rose Tyler looking character you just gave us?
That is a token for the 3 individuals who were by the dock. Yeah. I don't know why they gave me that when I pumped it into a certain token maker. It just gave me them for some reason. I don't know why. So we have our turn order. Let's go ahead and just, you guys want me to just roll D10s or cards or what? I think D10ing is, with the D10s, so to speak, is probably better. Yeah?
Okay.
2. Fenna with a 2.
Right after.
I'm just going to add everybody to the turn.
And BR is like alien, right? Lower is better?
Lower the better,
Yes.
yes.
Step 1, swap initiative.
I get to roll it twice.
Yeah, some of you guys have talents that allow you to
Nice.
roll it twice. Turn the music just a smidge down. This is very loud.
Yeah, I turned it down already myself.
Yeah, I
There
haven't
we
heard it all night.
Yeah.
Didn't occur to me until you
Sometimes,
I can't hear it.
sometimes Bluetooth headphones are like that.
Okay. So let's see with what we got for our initiativos. It looks like Hiroshi Yoshida got a 1. Oelsen and Abhainn both got a 7. And then Oelsen rerolled it, got a 6. Okay.
Abhainn, doesn't he get to roll a second time?
I don't know. Do you have that talent?
Or is that somebody else I was thinking about?
It's not me.
No, I get hand to hand. I get advantage,
That's what
not
it is.
initiative.
Fenna got a 2. And so I guess the rest is up to me now. Let's see what these guys roll.
It was Novak.
It was Novak. That's exactly
Ah,
what it was.
there you go.
Ray McCoy also got a 2, so he's going to reroll. He gets an 8.
Good.
Okay, a 9 for the individuals who look like the dock workers. And let's see, I think that 1, 2, it's either 3, 4, or 5 for Noah, who looks just like Oelsen. A 3. Okay, let's go ahead with our orders here. Hiroshi, you are up first. What do you want to do? You see Ray McCoy drawing a bead on Oelsen. What do you want to do?
Well, he's also pointing that gun in my direction, so
Sure is, yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot in his direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull my shotgun out and take a shot at
You
him.
have a shotgun.
Nice.
Okay,
Oh,
0 successes.
yeah, we can push that, right?
So yeah, in Aliens and in I think most all Free League games, I think you can push attack rolls. If I remember
Okay.
correctly, you can push them. Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
So tell me-
I'm fairly certain you can.
Yeah, it's only in Call of Cthulhu you can't push combat rolls. I always get them
Yeah.
confused.
Okay. I'm gonna assume it was a dud. I'm gonna rack another round in the chamber and fire away again.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
So that's 2 successes.
So that's critical.
That is a critical, so go ahead and roll that critical damage. Hit the critical button.
And I get to roll the critical twice and pick.
That's right.
Nice.
Because of killer, I think, right?
Yes.
It's asking me how many successes. I guess 2, right?
Yes, 2 successes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So you get 2 critical possibilities here. So you do you do 5 damage, and you can choose one of those critical successes, either a massive internal organ damage or a punctured lung.
Let's do massive internal organ damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's see what that actually does.
This is when we find out if he's a rep or not.
Here we go. Massive internal organ damage. That's a piercing critical injury, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You can't stand upright. Crawling is the only possible mode of movement.
Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That was gonna suck.
And it does 5 damage, yeah?
Yes.
Yep.
Now, he
lot of
does... I'm just checking something, because I think he has armor.
Curtis, what are you doing, buddy?
Actually, no, he does not have armor. Beg your pardon. Yeah, Ray does not, as far as I can see, have... yeah, he has no armor. But I want to see something, because there is one thing that he does have. Oh, which is fast reflexes, which is I get to draw an additional initiative card at the start of combat. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. Let's try that again.
He gets a 1 or better.
A 3. Which
I
is the
still
same
go
thing
before
as...
Oh, wait. Yeah.
He gets an 8.
Taken.
Yep. That's another 8.
Taken.
Another 3. What's going on? Stop it. A 4. So he'll take
Not
the 4.
taken.
He's the 8 though.
Yes. No, he can't take the same one. He gets to choose is the same, right? So he's going up to 4 instead of 8.
Okay, there you go.
Yep. That is his one of his talents is fast reflexes.
Yeah, Novak did have that.
So the dude took 5 damage. Boom! You guys watch as sort of a spray of red hits the back of this giant crate, and he goes, and then stands back up again.
He's not supposed to be able to stand up. He's supposed to curl.
He stands back up again.
Oh, we got a replicant.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Anything else, Hiroshi Yoshida?
Is it? I'm assuming I can only shoot him once, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cover.
So, actually, you know what? Yeah, I would like to move and, like, right here, behind the crates.
Okay.
Give myself some cover.
I'm down for that. Yep. Just move the turn order over here so y'all can see who's what, where, how's, and when's. Okay. It is now Fenna's turn. Fenna, what do you want to do?
All right, Fenna's gonna run in here and call out. So you're one of them. Should have figured. Give it up, McCoy. Or whatever your actual name is. You're surrounded. Tell us what you know, and maybe they'll let you go easy.
Okay. So what is your intent? Your intent is to make him surrender?
Yes.
Okay. Make a...
Can I make it?
Yeah. Can you make a... I hear you saying manipulation roll.
Manipulation? Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Make a manipulation roll.
2 successes.
Okay, this is opposed.
Yes.
He got 0 successes. And replicants can't push rolls, from what I remember. Is that correct?
Yes, we can.
You
because I
can?
have been pushing rolls.
Oh, actually, you guys can push
You're
it
thinking-
twice, right?
You're thinking of
I'm
You're
thinking of
thinking of
synthetics.
synthetics.
Yeah, I'm thinking of synthetics from Alien. So he will push the roll then. 1 success, so you still beat him on that. So I think he would hear you saying that and sort of like putting up his back to this crate. He's sort of like, ugh. I can't let her go. That's all you hear him say.
Okay. That'll be the end of my turn.
Noah, in the boat, hears this blast and runs to the front of the boat, screams to the dock workers, just, let's get out of here! Let's get out of here! Right now! And, she,
Voice is so creepy.
yeah, it sounds just like your voice.
Hearing your own voice from across the way, you're like,
It is absolutely like a life-changing experience. I think this individual sort of looks out at the dock, sees all of the different assailants or people with weaponry drawing and drawing beads down, and I think just for a second, this replicant who looks just like you, Oelsen looks at you and sort of like just freezes. And then runs back to the back of the boat. That's all she does on her turn. Okay. It's Ray McCoy's turn. Ray, comes out and takes a bead on... I'm going to roll a d2. If it's 1, it's Oelsen. If it's 2, it's the one who you know as Noah. It's Oelsen. And we'll fire at her. He also has, as a talent, Killer. Just FYI. Which means that when inflicting a critical hit, you can roll an extra crit die and choose the result that you prefer. But let's see if he even hits you. This is a straight 44 weapon shot. That's 1 success. Not a crit. Here's the damage. 2 damage.
Okay. I do have body armor. And I can't remember where that is in my sheet.
Sorry, Julie, we're losing your audio a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Yes.
Sorry. I had the microphone away. Where's the body armor at? I have body armor. It's in here somewhere.
I think it's a C. Yeah, the police undershirt, it's a C, so if you just
There
want to
it
roll a
is.
D8.
Yeah. There it is, okay.
Nope. Unfortunately not. And you can't push
Alright,
armor rolls.
so
you take
2
2
damage.
damage.
Okay.
How are you
I
looking?
still have 2. I have
Still
2 left.
2 health left.
Because I was not at full.
Superb.
Normally my full health is 6, but we have not had a rest.
Okay.
And she only got patched up by the EMTs. She didn't go to the hospital, so she only got half her stuff back.
Okay.
So she's at 2.
McCoy screams at the dock workers and says, "They're here to kill the replicant! Quick, get them!" And then runs in their direction. He's going to make a manipulation roll on them. 2 successes.
Ah, shit.
They're going to make an opposed manipulation roll as well to see if they believe him. 1 success. They do. They do not have firearms, but they pull out large clubs, and they seem that on their turn, they may run at you. Oelsen Baker, it's your turn.
How far can I run? I can only get into...
You can run within the zone.
into there.
Mm-hmm.
But I would
You
not
can
be able
you
to
can
get
cross a
to
zone
here,
as you
correct?
move, but
That's
you can't
correct.
get to engaged.
That's right.
I would not be able to get to the boat. Okay, well, F it. I'm coming in here. Yeah. Sure. And she's going to yell out to Noah, "We aren't here to kill you. We just want to know what's going on." Which I'm sure is creeping her out to hear her own voice too.
Okay.
But I am gonna shoot at the jerk who tried to kill me.
Go for it.
Because she's, like she said earlier, she's kind of in a pissy mood. So, alright. That is this one.
That's
Nice.
a crit. Roll your critical damage.
Come on, baby. So I hit 1 or 2 on that.
So hit
It's
the
1 or
critical
2.
button, and then
Yep.
2, because you made 2 successes. Cracked skull and bleeding gut.
It's already got internal
Does have a
damage.
lot of internal damage, that is correct.
So let's do the cracked skull, and that's 4 damage. Plus
Okay.
the
Nice.
cracked.
4 damage. Yeah, that shot, like, grazed his head. You see him, like, grab for his head, and, like, you just see, a wash of blood encompass his whole side of his face. He's like, ah! He's not looking good, I'm not gonna lie.
That's 9 damage he's taken so far.
He sure
God
has.
damn it.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, so that's my move and my...
I'm a rep too, and my hit points aren't that high.
So that's my move and action.
Cool. Abhainn, you're up.
Well, I told Sarah I wasn't going to jump on this boat. But there's a problem.
Go jump on the boat, Patrick. I'm not
Yeah, I
going
know.
to
I'm
stop
doing
you.
it. No, I know. I think I am not with the intent to shoot anybody, with the intent to try and like stand down and talk to people. I am going to throw myself through the air with a mobility and try and land on the boat or on the side of it to just be like, we're not trying to shoot you. We need information.
Mobility roll.
Yep.
Let's see if those old bones can make the jump.
He can do it.
Oh, they make
No.
the choice.
Holy shit. He flips through the air with the greatest of ease and lands just like he's on the flying trapeze. Who knew?
I think it's because I had climbed up to a higher vantage point.
Yeah, you had
I've got
right
physics.
angle. It's physics.
And I land hands up being like, information, not attack. Whatever he's on about, we don't want to kill you. If I can manipulate her.
Yeah, she looks absolutely freaked out. I'm not even going to ask you to do a manipulation roll. It's not worth it.
Okay.
She just doesn't want to listen to you. She's screaming. Too
Can
much going
I
on.
try to grapple her then?
Sure.
For
This will
just
be an
holding her down?
opposed. Yes, this will be an opposed strength roll.
Oof.
And you know what's great about hand-to-hand combat? I got advantage for it today.
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
One success.
And that is a success.
Yeah, hand to hand, not strength. Beg your pardon.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
this Oelsen Baker is just
Is
too
very
goddamn
strong.
strong. So you put your hands around her, and she just like flips her hands underneath your arms and like does a double arm bar, and you're like, "Gah!"
My arthritis.
pain. It's pain.
And then she sort of tosses you off to the side. You're still on the boat.
Yep.
I'd say you're prone.
Heard.
Cool. These replicants do not seem to be happy with all y'all. They've been convinced that you're here to take away Noah, or maybe even kill her. So they will all, 3 of them, jump on various people. I think one will jump in the boat and attack Abhainn, and the other 2 will gang up on Oelsen Baker, especially because she looks just like the replica that they're trying to save. So they have clubs. They will make the appropriate attacks. 1 on Abhainn. Here we go. 0 successes. I will say that they will not push the roll. The 2 others will swing their clubs at Oelsen Baker. First one success. Second, 0 successes. The other, yeah, that's it. That's the 3 of them. The 1 success does, I could do 0 damage. That's not fucking possible. I fucking did that wrong. I definitely put that in wrong. There's no chance you can do 0 damage. It's D6. It's a D6. It's so weird. I'm just gonna roll a D6. Fuck it. 2 damage.
Oof. Come on, body armor.
Okay.
1 clocks you right in the head.
Whew.
You
Deflect.
deflect 1 of them, so you're down to 1 health.
Well, was it 1 damage? Oh, yeah, it was 2 damage.
Yeah, 2 damage, so you deflect 1 of the 2 health. Taken from you. Yeah, you're this thing comes in sideways. You like put your arm up to block it, and it just clocks you right in the arm, and then sort of slides off the arm and hits you sort of slantways on your head. But that's it for their turn. We're back up to the top of the order. Hiroshi, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot Roy again.
Cool. Let's
Or
go.
Ray, whatever.
Ray McCoy.
Come on, dude.
So you can push that 4, but if you don't, you will take some stressity stress.
Yeah.
Don't get a 1. You
There
got
we
a
go.
6.
Yes, nice.
So roll your damage.
All right.
Slow-mo. Falls backwards onto the deck of the ship which Abhainn was just on, that he jumped across. And then slant and falls into the water. Sinks.
Shit, we need that corpse.
We can
Well,
send
we can fish him off the bottom.
Fenna, what
We'll
do you
send
want to do?
those divers for him.
Well, I'm also gonna move.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead and move. Sorry, apologies.
Yeah.
All right, Fenna is going
Okay.
to step out from behind the crates and call out, "We're not here to hurt you. We only attacked him because he attacked us first. We just want to talk. You're being used. Don't let them." I would like to make a manipulation roll.
Go ahead.
3 successes.
I think all 3 of them are in the midst of battering poor Oelsen and are about to take another swing at Abhainn. And then they sort of turn. And Noah says,
Like,
"Stop!"
I have my hands up. I have no weapons.
Yeah, I think Noah stops. She stops them all. She's, "Stop! Looking directly at Oelsen. "Stop! Don't hurt her!" And they relax the grip on their clubs. And we are out of combat.
Has anybody got a good medical aid?
Nope.
No.
I could try and
Okay.
I drop
mobility.
down to just one knee, and I'm just like, just breathing.
I'll give her a medical aid check.
I could
It's not
probably
great,
mobility into the water and help him and get the corpse of him out. And while you're doing that,
Okay, there's a big hole.
do we have a
in
help
McCoy's
action here?
back. Do you have a what?
Help action with this game? Like if
Yeah,
I gave
absolutely
him
there's
would
a
it
help
put up
action.
his dice? Great.
Absolutely,
Then let me do
yeah.
that instead. I'm gonna help action so he goes up a die.
Okay, so what do I do?
So yeah, what are you trying to do? Sorry, apologies.
Helping with the medical aid on me.
Oh, with the
so
medical aid. I see.
So I have more than 1 hit point.
That is a great idea. Hold on. Helping gives them advantage. It doesn't give them up another die roll.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we can-
go ahead and just roll it again.
with
But hit
advantage.
the advantage, yeah.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
2
There
successes.
we
you
go.
go.
Okay. So you can, with medical aid, so medical aid actually is not for healing hit points, just FYI. Medical aid is to aid broken PCs to regain hit points. Healing is done in downtime. Replicants heal 2 hit points in downtime. Humans roll 1 hit point in downtime. So I'm not going to just disregard your 2 successes in medical aid. I will say that this will enable Oelsen to heal 2 hit points if she were to take downtime.
Which we're due for after this shift anyway.
If
Right.
that is the case, yes.
All right.
Lethal critical injuries are healed by medical aid rolls, as well as being broken.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Fenna is going to cross down and sort of stand here amidst the replicants and look out to Noah on the boat and say, "Noah, The Aurelian told me where to find you because he trusts me. As I'm sure you can see, you were made to look exactly like our friend here, who happens to be a member of the Los Angeles Police Department Rep Detect Unit. That one over there is the same. We want to know anything you can tell us about who made you and what they wanted you to do.
Noah looks past you, Fenna, to Oelsen.
I haven't taken my eyes off of her, like, the entire time.
I'll speak to her.
Speak to
Help her
anyone.
to her feet.
And Fenna will back off and examine the corpse of Ray McCoy after Abhainn gets him out of the water.
Very clearly a replicant. But very similar to Alice Vale, no serial number.
Mm-hmm. And she'll let Noah and Baker talk, and she wants to have a private side conversation with Yoshida and Abhainn while that's going on, but I'll let them talk first.
Never had a sister. Do you know anything that can help us?
I have to get out of here.
I just reach out for her hand. Bloodied as mine is, I reach out for her hand. You help us, we help you. Nobody wants you dead. Not us. We don't want that.
She points at your hand and says, I have so many things going on in my head. I know who I am, but I keep thinking about Hayden. And he stares at you. I don't know how I know him, but I have these images in my head. Who is he? How do I know him? How?
So that's a good question. How did they get... This brings up all kinds of questions. How have I not known that they've been watching me to get these images and then throw together memories? And who's to say that these memories are real memories or not real memories of things that I've experienced, and then they've implanted in you? And I couldn't tell you. If you want, we can sit down and we can talk through all of it.
I don't want to. I just want to get out of here. This place is awful. It's run by horrible people.
I don't disagree. So, let's just try to talk some of this through, and then we will do what we can to help you get out of here. I kind of look at the others, and then I look back at her. I will do everything I can to help you, regardless of whatever they say.
You killed Ezekiel.
He tried to kill me first. Was I supposed to sit down and just let them kill me?
No.
Okay. He didn't... He knew we were here. And when we spoke to him, we were specific that we just wanted to talk and we didn't want anybody hurt. And we told him very specifically that we didn't want anybody hurt and that he needed to keep his gun in his holster, thinking that he is this other guy, not knowing that he was your Ezekiel. We told him to be cautious and keep his weapon holstered. And he fired at us first, knowing that our intent was nonviolence.
When I was made, I didn't really have any real purpose except to just do what I was told. And what I was told, I couldn't do it.
What did they want you to do?
She reaches out her hand for your shoulder and lays her hand on your shoulder. She says, I was supposed to kill you.
And then what did they want you to do?
I don't know. There were 6 of us. Ezekiel and I and Ellis and others who I don't remember their names, but Mother said that if we did our jobs, then no one would ever know.
Whose mother?
I don't know.
Can you describe her to us? Describe her to me. What does she look like?
She's very pretty. Pale. Dark hair. Dark eyes. We knew her as Mother.
If I showed you some pictures, do you think you could identify her by a picture?
I guess.
On our PKDs, are we able to pull up images like we would like on our modern day cell phones?
Absolutely.
Okay. I pull up some pictures of our friend over at Wallace Corp.
Quell.
Okay.
She look familiar at all?
No.
Pull up a picture of Lady Tyrell.
Lilith Tyrell.
Lilith, yeah. I call her Lady. Lilith.
Lady Tyrell.
Lady Tyrell. Sorry.
Of the House Tyrell.
Yes.
Tell Cersei it was me.
You pull up a picture of Lilith Tyrell, who you know was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, that's Mother.
It's all in the newspaper, guys.
That's Mother. When was the last time you saw her?
Last week. When I ran away.
Where was that you saw her?
At the memory vaults.
At Wallace Corp or at Tyrell? To Old Tyrell building.
No, not the old Tyrell building. That's almost gone. It's all abandoned. That's all at Wallace Corp.
It's all at Wallace Corp, okay. You said there were 6 of you?
There were. Including Mother.
6 including Mother. Okay. I nod towards Fenna. Was there one that looked like her?
No. We can't copy replicants.
What about that Asian dude over there? He looked kind of like him.
No. Although he is very handsome.
So bad on the eyes. Pull up a picture of Novak. What about this guy?
No.
No. What about the old timer?
No.
Okay. Alright, so we've got... Thinking now. So 1 unaccounted for.
2 unaccounted for.
2.
2 or 1?
Baker, Vale, McCoy, and Tyrell for sure.
That's correct.
And then 2 more that we don't know what they are. Or who they are.
And Seraphine.
Seraphine was killed. We don't know if she was replaced by a rep or not.
True.
Possible, though.
Possible. Pull up a picture of Seraphine. What about this one?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. You were right.
That's Athena.
Athena.
She's got to be the one with the owl.
Take a breath and I kind of close my eyes.
When you say she's got to be the one with the owl, she says, no. That's Mother. Mother liked owls. She liked... And she sort of like squints as if she's trying to remember something. She says, she liked his owl a lot.
Whose?
I don't know his name. Yeah. There was a picture of him. Mother showed me once. Thin, slick back hair. Very large, thick glasses. She didn't like him very much, but she said she liked his owl.
That's going to be Tyrell. I've seen photos from the old news reports.
I'm going to pull up a picture of Holden.
Okay.
Just because.
Sure.
Look at this guy.
Oh, no.
Recognize him?
No.
And so she's like, oh, thank God. And there wasn't anybody that looked like Hayden? Just in your memories? She mentioned the name before, so now
yeah, no,
Oelsen,
she
like,
she doesn't even say anything. She just shakes her head.
I know this is difficult. For me too. Really appreciate your helping us with this. This other person, do you think you could draw up a sketch, or if we had somebody who knew how to draw, could you describe them to us?
I can't go anywhere. No.
Look at me. You don't have to go anywhere. You describe them to us. We'll see about trying to get a picture. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to see anybody else but us. We will make sure that you are safe. You don't have to see anybody else, just us. Okay? It's gonna be okay. We're gonna figure this out together.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Okay.
Oelsen is not a very huggy person, but she just kind of pulls Noah in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
It's weird to feel like you're hugging yourself.
Yeah.
Like to actually feel the arms of...
The arms that are like my arms.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times I dreamed of that as a massage therapist? I just want to just say that for a second.
Noted. Thank you for that.
To, like, just...
But I know it's very strange because, like, when we're little kids, we do the whole, like, hugging yourself thing and stuff like that. You feel your hands on your shoulders. And occasionally when, like, let's say your arm is numb or your hand is numb and you feel your own hand as if it doesn't exist, right? As if you're touching someone else's hand. And to feel the hands and the arms of someone who is essentially just your living twin is such a strange experience.
I'm just going to try to keep myself put together and buttoned up.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say that I would have given you some stress, honestly. But you held it pretty tight. Like, you didn't freak out about it. So you won't lose any resolve.
Thank you.
What are the rest of you guys doing? Yoshida, Fenna, Abhainn?
As they were talking, Fenna was definitely listening to their conversation and chiming in occasionally, but also saying to the others, Noah clearly doesn't pose a threat. And with this body, we can truthfully say we were chasing down a lead about a possible replicant impersonating an LAPD officer. We don't have to put her down. We can let her go.
I'm fine with that.
I see no need for more violence. But we were going to have to be very discreet about this if we're going to not draw too much attention when the Oelsen twins enter the police station.
Well, I don't think Noah's not going anywhere near the police station. She's got contacts and was ready to get off planet. We'll never see her again. This was our impersonating replicant. No one needs to know about Noah.
I'm going over the body looking for clues.
Okay.
And I'm willing to bet that if we investigate McCoy's apartment, we'll find the real McCoy. No pun intended.
Intend your puns, coward.
Much as we found Vale. When I went to visit him at his home, he was quite reluctant to let me inside, and I thought it was just because he hated replicants, but now I think it's because he was hiding a corpse. It also brings into question everything he told me when I asked him about that recording.
You begin to hear this sound of sirens that are most likely from LAPD spinners flying in your direction.
Noah, I think it's time for you to go. Can you give us that description quickly? Abhainn here's not bad at a sketch artist.
Which one? Which one?
The one that I didn't show you a picture of. Not Vale. Not Athena.
Not Mother.
Not Mother.
Okay.
Whatever you can give us is a help.
Yeah, he was kind of big and fat, kind of, no thing against it. It's just, not my deal. Got these sort of jowls, grayish hair.
Oh god, like Fenna just gets clammy and she goes, show her a picture of Skylar.
Well, a picture of Skylar.
Jell Skylar, the owner of Kill Magazine.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nice pull.
That's him. Yeah.
Great. Now get the hell out of here before the cops show up.
I look at her.
In the rain, in the driving rain.
Does Abhainn know for sure that they have enough evidence with this that they don't need to call on her again so that it'll hold up in court?
We're gonna go find the corpse of McCoy in his apartment.
I look at her.
It's enough.
I put my hands on her cheeks.
I suppose
and
that's
I'm
fair. Yeah.
Go and be well and forget about everything here. Kiss her forehead and shove her towards the boat. Leave now while you can.
The replicants toss off all of the ropes mooring the boat to the mooring on the harbor side, and they begin to turn the engine on. And the boat zooms off into the night. And Oelsen, as you look towards the boat, Noah's on the back, just staring at you until she disappears from sight.
Same. Except for I'm leaning against the railing for support because I'm just like long.
You about to follow?
Fair.
Long, slow, deep breaths.
Let's talk about where you are. It's the night. It's the end of the night shift.
Do we find anything on the body? Question
will be answered in one moment. Let me just think about things here. Do you find anything in the body? Yes, you do. You find McCoy's. You find McCoy's, obviously his PKD. You find his badge. You find the keys to his apartment.
Helpful.
Nice.
I'm gonna grab the badge. I'm gonna be like, "Can I borrow this and give it back when it's over?"
Love it.
Put it in my pocket.
I didn't see a damn thing. I mean, really.
Borrow what?
Cool. Within perhaps 10-15 minutes, the spinners arrive on scene. RDU files out. Several detectives. Holden is not there. Just several other Blade Runners in your unit. They all look down at the body of Ray McCoy. What the hell happened here?
It's not McCoy, it's a replicant.
They look at each other. It's a bootleg? They got McCoy?
They got McCoy. We're not sure when or for how long, but they got McCoy.
Shit. All of the different RDUs start looking suspiciously at each other.
Relax, boys. None of you are important enough to be replicated. Besides, we've got intel on who the remaining bootlegs are planning to impersonate if they haven't started already. One of whom is already dead. So that ought to be interesting.
Okay. I think over time...
And,
yeah, go ahead. Finish up.
I have uploaded to the KIA mainframe, followed up a lead in Seawall Shantytown, confirmed that a replicant was posing as Ray McCoy. Replicant was terminated, operating on further intel regarding 3 further reps posing as humans.
Nice. Nice. Yoshida, when you open up the badge to sort of like put it into your coat, a card falls out of his wallet.
Pick up the card.
It's a data card. It's an ID card. It's not like a flat plastic or paper card. And it says Wallace Corporation on it.
Nice.
We all get a lose of promo points.
All right, show that to the group.
That would explain how Mother had access to the memory vaults.
Any EMTs show up with this group?
Probably. Yeah, but I mean, they see the dead body. They can't really do very much about it. Point in time, they just
Yeah,
cover
but
it.
Not
Olsen's
about
not
them.
Oh, about Oelsen, of course. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, though, Oelsen, like you're not going to get hit
Watch,
points
it's the
back.
same guys as
Unfortunately,
before
right?
from earlier this morning.
Yeah.
They're looking at me like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Again?
Why can't you keep your shit together? Yeah, you're not going to get hit points back unless you take downtime, right? And it's
Right.
1 hit point per downtime. Speaking of downtime, you guys have gone morning, afternoon, and night without downtime. I guess the question is, do you want to keep going or do you want to take downtime?
Should
Remind
probably take
me what-
downtime just for her hit points.
I need to take down.
Remind me what being exhausted does.
So if you don't take downtime,
Mm-hmm.
let me see if I can find that. Yeah, you recover 1 point of resolve and one hit point every downtime. I'm reading. Apologies. If you are broken by stress, if you regain resolve. Give me 1 moment. Vamp while I find that, would you?
I'm looking for it too.
Thank you. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Since I
Other
first saw
Olsen
you.
twins movies. It Takes Two.
Are you fucking
To
kidding me?
grandmother's house. We go. Sorry,
That's fine. That's fine.
you said vamp.
Yeah, I didn't know that kind of vamp, but that's
You
fine.
suffer stress by going more than 3 shifts without downtime.
Oh shit! That means
That's
you lose a
one
point
thing
of
I
resolve.
found. Yeah.
That's a
Like
fair.
I said,
Yeah,
I
no,
can't
we should.
afford to lose any.
Yeah.
We should all rest.
I'm gonna pocket McCoy. I'm gonna pocket McCoy's house keys though.
Smart.
Yeah, you can rest at your
Oh,
home.
if you find a
Yeah, go ahead.
if you find a med checker kiosk, it'll heal 1 point of health and resolve even if it's not during downtime.
Oh, MedChecker kiosk costs Chinian from what I remember. Like,
Costs 1 Chinian.
Yeah. And they're all over the place. So if you just want to spend 1 Chinian for a MedChecker kiosk, it'll give you a hit point.
Sure.
Cool.
So, like permanent, like drop it down to 2 from 3.
Yeah, that's right. Chinian is money.
All right. So,
You drop it in the slot, a little Nuka-Cola bottle drops out, and you're absolutely able to drink it.
all right.
There you go.
Did that. That's done.
Cool. So that brings you up to 2 health.
2 and 1.
2 health, 1 resolve.
Yeah.
How about the rest of you? You guys can spend Chinian if you want it the same way.
Oh, I've got health. I can
anybody
go
else
get my resolve
hit
back
but
at home.
me?
Nope, I think just you.
Just you.
Special like that.
I'm
Mhm.
full health. 1 shy
Olsen
of
is our
full
punching
resolve.
bag. I'm down 3 resolve, but I can go home, pet the kitty, fold some origami during downtime, and I'll be back to full.
Ooh, damn. All right, well, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
What?
Oh no, never mind. Yeah, that's cool. So you guys are on your way home, right?
Yes.
Solid.
Yeah.
Tell me what you guys want to do for your downtime.
Who wants to start?
It's been a long day full of revelations, so Fenna is just going to go home. She's going to curl up with her cat and watch a trashy movie. Have a couple glasses of wine. Maybe practice folding a little origami unicorn. And heal a bunch of resolve.
How much resolve you get? I think you get 1 resolve for downtime?
1 resolve, but I also get 1 resolve for interacting with my kitty.
That's right.
And I get 1 resolve for folding some origami.
Love
so
it.
I'm getting 3 back. Actually, yeah, so I'm back to, so that puts me back at max resolve.
Okay. You get to fold origami once per shift, is that right?
Yes,
Nice.
once
All
per
right.
shift.
Cool. All right, so that gives you 3 more points of resolve.
So I'm back to full.
Beautiful. I don't see anyone else having because everyone else except for Oelsen is essentially at full.
Oelsen has been the punching bag. Well, Yoshida number 1 died.
Yeah,
so.
and then, Yoshida, well, Novak died, Yoshida died, so I don't blame you guys.
And then there's me.
And then there's you, Kim.
And then Oelsen just keeps getting the shit kicked out of her.
Yeah, totally fair.
But not dying.
Yeah.
She is the Energizer Bunny of this game.
It's a great excuse to take Resilient as a feat.
I was thinking about that. Almost did, and then didn't.
Team Timex.
He's the John Wick of the Blade Runner universe.
Baba Yaga. We've kind of mentioned that.
I'm going to move you all back to the main Los Angeles page here. Assuming that you guys all go back to your homes in and around LAPD.
Taiyo is going to Hiroshi's apartment.
Okay. What do you do there?
He's gonna enter, look around the sparsely decorated and furnished apartment. There really isn't much in it, just a couch, TV. He's gonna go up to the little, what you call it, like the little stand where his katana stand is, and he's gonna put a hand on the family relic, and then put his hand on the empty spot where the wakizashi is supposed to be. Then he's gonna go to the kitchen, fish out some sake, and drink until he falls asleep.
Okay. How about Ark and Abhainn?
I think Abhainn is gonna go back to his apartment and just brood. Like the mask of the street rat is down. He's sitting in a nice silken robe, just on the balcony, crushing a pack of cigarettes and furiously drawing, and probably ends up drawing that Esper wall image of just these 6 shadowed figures, trying to think his way around the mystery, because it's not a thing that he deals with. He deals with this pretty straightforward communication and staying low key and just listening and hearing from people. And this all seems like it's been boiling as part of bigger problems, and he was kind of caught off guard by it. He didn't see the two things connect the same way, and I think he's very, between that and the fact that he knew Novak and he knew McCoy, there's a lot of death going on around him right now, and he's just in this tunnel vision of, he can't sure if he's super focused or he just can't focus on anything.
By the way, I mistitled the one who looks very similar to Seraphine. Her name is not Athena. Her name is Miriam.
Miriam.
Miriam, not Athena. I beg your pardon. And the one who, I guess that Noah would have told you the name of the one who looks like Jel Schuyler. That one is named Amos. So the 5 prophets, if you want to call them that, of Mother: Amos, Ezekiel, Miriam, Noah, and of course the one who was Ellis Vale, who you determine, I'm talking to Noah, as someone named, who she called Jeremiah.
Here's how we get fiery angels. I get it now. They're all angel names.
What about, did we get everybody? I think we did. Let's double check.
Nope, we didn't do Baker.
My bad. Of course. Oelsen Baker. This must have hit you, this night in general, very hard. I'm dying to know what you do for downtime.
As Yoshida is leaving, she's got her. She realizes she probably should have given the wakizashi to the brother. It's still in a holster underneath her coat. So, not knowing where he's going, on her way home, she stops at the noodle house. Yeah, looking all kinds of fabulous. Going to the pretty part of town. She doesn't know where else to go. And she's going to go in. And she's going to go up to the hostess. And I need to talk to Master Yoshida. Mr. Sato.
What is the meaning of...
I open up my coat and show the badge.
You know that has no power here.
I was here last night with his son. I only need 5 minutes of his time. He will want to see me. I look a hot mess. Blood everywhere. Haphazardly bandaged up-ish.
Yeah, go ahead and make a manipulation roll. I'll call for that. These guys are no joke. They don't just let anybody in.
Boo.
You want to push it?
Sure.
Okay. How do you do things differently? He just sort of crosses his arms and looks at you.
Close my eyes. I take a breath. And the polite Oelsen leaves. And when she opens her eyes, she has like fire burning in her eyes as she clenches her jaw, clenches and unclenches her fists. This has not been a good day for myself or for their son. I need to speak to him. This will only take but a moment. I was his partner. No harm is going to come to him. I just need a moment of his time.
Oh shit! So you drop a resolve point.
Yeah, that was my last one.
Fuck.
Oh god.
So let's see what
and
happens.
she's angry.
Yeah, tell me what happens.
Oh, look, there's Maeve to the.
Nah, she gives you a resolve point of resolve. Hey, she's got to use her point somehow. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you drop it and then you come right back, but it's still unfortunately a negative, right? Still 0.
Drop me down to 0.
Right back up.
And right back up.
Yep. It's cool.
She kind of just she dissociates for a minute. Her eyes just go blank.
Her eyes look like they've just turned completely black and like dragon-ish. I don't know. Whatever. And she opens up the other side of the jacket where the wakizashi is. They will see me. Either you show me back, or I will go and I will make a nice, lovely scene walking through your absolutely beautiful restaurant. And goodness knows, with the way I feel right now, doubt I can walk a straight frickin' line back to anywhere. So we're gonna have a frickin' mess. Now, do you want to do this the nice way? Because it seems like you really don't. And really, with the mood I'm in right now, I'm not sure that's really what you want. So, figure it out. Choose the right path, sir.
So you freak out just a smidge. This guy stares at you, stone cold. And although the roll is a 0, I, as your benevolent GM, will say that he sort of smiles, says, "There is something within you. You would make good Yakuza."
I'll take that as a compliment.
Follow me, please. And he turns and walks towards a door in the back of the restaurant.
Her hands are shaking. Like, she puts them in her pockets to try to camouflage that.
Yeah.
Like the adrenaline going through her body right now. Just like, oh.
It's rough.
Yeah.
The door to, I guess, where Yoshida's room is, where his brother's personal effects were, opens. Yoshida, you watch it. Sato opens the door. Oelsen follows him in. Deep bow to you, Yoshida. She was very, specific about seeing you, Yoshida-san.
Absolutely, she's always welcome. Make sure that when she comes, that she has access to my brother's table.
As you wish. Turns on his heel, out the door.
He pours you a cup of sake.
So this isn't the dad then. This is the brother, not the dad that we're...
You wanted to see his
I'd gone
dad?
to the restaurant. Yeah, I went
I
to the restaurant, not to the apartment. I went to the restaurant.
My fault. Rewinding. Sorry.
Sorry.
Not-
I was confused too.
I was
I
like-
thought you were at the restaurant.
My bad. So, hey, you could play his dad. That'd be cool. Let's do it that way. So, Ben, play your own dad. I love it. So you are yourself, and you're also your dad. Go.
And your own brother.
And your own brother. You're 3 characters in one.
A lot of characters.
It is Sunday.
You know what? If Yoshida dies, he'll play his dad, who comes in and, I am also Yoshida.
Hey, he wouldn't be the only old guy on the team.
Yeah.
All right.
So yes, I'm sorry.
Can I-
Yoshida's father is now sitting at a long black table, and Oelsen walks in the door.
What can I do for you, Blade Runner?
I make a slight bow. I would make it bigger, but she's really in a lot of pain, so she does what she can. I won't be but a moment. I was with him in his final moments. I wanted to return this to you where it belongs. She undoes the buckle underneath the jacket on the holster so that she doesn't actually have to take off her jacket because that hurts too much. And then presents it to him and then takes a step back from the desk.
He bows his head and he accepts it. And he says, thank you for bringing this back to our family. And thank you for being with my son in his final moments. I trust that he died well.
Your son is one of the most honorable men I've ever met. He has saved my life on more than one occasion. Back before I ever knew him. When we were off-world, he is the only reason I survived. And the only reason I'm here today. And again, this morning. I am still here because he was here. It's a debt I could never repay.
My son was always very kind-hearted. And his spirit was never in the family business. He was brave and he was selfless. And I appreciate this. And he motions to the person that brought you in and same thing. Make sure that she and her fellow Blade Runners have access to my son's table.
Thank you. With a slight bow, she turns to leave.
He returns the bow.
Then she's gonna go home.
Okay.
Take a very long shower.
Yeah. She gets home, her hands are shaking so bad now she can barely even get the key in the door to unlock it. Just the adrenaline surge is wearing off, and her body is just so sore and achy from everything. Patched up or not, she's hurting. And at this point, she doesn't care if Hayda's asleep. She's gonna go wake him up.
What time is it?
I really couldn't tell you what time it is.
He looks over at the vid phone. It's like 2 a.m.
I look at him and I am on the verge of tears.
Oh shit, you alright? Hey, I'm sorry. You alright?
Not really.
Are you hurt? He sort of like starts like patting all over you.
It's not been a good day.
Oh man. Oh shit, you're all messed up. You got these... Jesus. What? Sort of peels off your body armor, just like bruises all over your ribs, all over your back.
I need a shower. I need some rest. But mostly I just need to be here with you, and I need you to help me. I can't do this without you.
I'll be here whenever you want me to be.
I just need you to be here with me. And I'm sorry if I've not been here for you the way I should.
Hey. Hold on. I knew what I was getting into when I signed up for this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a wallflower, am I?
Oh, stop. You're exactly who I knew you would be. You got a shitty job. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
What's important is you're still here.
I'm still here.
So am I.
Yeah. We're in this together, right?
Yeah. And he just embraces you. And I think we fade out from the...
Tears just... waterworks.
The night passes with the four of you in whatever state of rest you may have wanted or hoped for. And it's hard to say that a night in Los Angeles in the year 2037 is a calm one or a peaceful one. But I think for the four of you, this is as close as you're going to get. Oelsen, you're lying in bed. Your lover is passed out after some fantastic makeup sex.
Everybody's got to be good at something.
Oh, yeah. And you're staring at that. You're staring at that picture of you and Hayden together after the war. And you're wondering, how much of that was real? If Hayden is a replicant, or if you're a replicant, or if anyone that you know that doesn't profess themselves to be a replicant, anybody and everybody could in fact be not human and wouldn't potentially even know it. And it's all due to the machinations of the building that you see out of your window, rising like a massive, colossal edifice into the sky. Wallace Corporation. And as you stare at this giant, titanic, cyclopean building, the phone rings. Middle of the night.
I roll over and answer it. Baker.
Mrs. Baker, it's your voice.
And you are?
You don't recognize my voice?
Are you safe?
I am, but I don't think you are.
I never feel safe.
I wanted to say something. Now that I'm where I am, I don't think any of you are really realizing that this isn't over. It's not over at all. You have to stop Mother. She'll just keep making more and more of you. You meaning people like me, and they'll never stop. You have to stop her.
It's okay.
No, you don't understand. It's Quell, and the line goes dead.
Damn.
What do you do?
I dial up Fenna.
Fenna, middle of the night?
I middle of the night, I
Cool.
walk into the other room away from Hayden,
Yep.
grab a robe as I'm walking. Go sit on the couch.
Fenna answers. Baker. What is it? It's 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we may have a problem.
When do we not have a problem? What is it?
Noah called.
Fuck, why would she do that? What did she say?
She said it's not done yet. And she gave a name as to who it is behind everything.
Yeah?
And she says that none of us are safe. And then the line went dead.
You hear a small beeping on your KIA unit.
I'm gonna look down. Are you getting that alert? Hang on. And she's gonna, Fenna will pull out her KIA from where it's on her bedside table.
Am I getting the same notice?
You are.
Pull it up.
I think even in the sort of darkness of your inebriations, Abhainn and Yoshida, you hear this like incessant beeping coming off of your KIA unit, which is just over and over, getting sort of not faster, but certainly not stopping. That's the sound of RDU headquarters sending an urgent message.
What's his
Check
name?
it.
Mm-hmm.
All of you open your KIA units at the same time. And it says, Security breach, Wallace Corp. Proceed immediately, without delay. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Many of you be asking, did you get the actual downtime? Yes, you did. But it's just about sunrise when you get this crazy message from Holden. Or is it Holden? I guess we'll find out soon. Any questions before we go, folks? I'm going to give everybody a chance to shout out their awesome internet personas and socials. So let's start with the gentleman who sits directly below me on the screen. That's Patrick! Patrick, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Pat Marin on Instagram and patrickmarin.com for information about my music and acting and dungeon mastering endeavors. But you can also catch me here this Thursday on this channel right here in that seat, specifically running Escape from New York, Chapter 3, continuing on with our little mini cinematic adventure. And back at some point for more Aliens and Blade Runner on the channel.
Nice. Sarah! Played Fenna. Where can people find you on the internet, please?
You can find me on the interwebs at Lovely Llama on various and sundry social media platforms where I occasionally post things. And you can find me here on Slices and Dices. I'll be here on Thursday with Patrick for Everyday Heroes. And I'm here Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays, whenever we're playing games. You can find me on our Discord, also at Lovely Llama. And, yeah. That about sums it up.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Directly above Sarah, you'll find the voluminous beard and wonderful personality of Ben. Ben, where can people find you on the internet?
Ironhead454. You can find me on Discord. You can find me on the Slices and Dices or Mates of Fate. I'm on both of there. I think we even got a couple more Mates of Fate episodes to come out for the Cthulhu. And you can find me on TikTok, as long as it's still around. Making stupid videos and making fun of my kids, pets, showing off minis, junk like that. I think that's it.
Nice. Thank you so much, Ben. And then finally, where it all came together, playing Oelsen Baker. Julie. That's all I gotta say is, tonight was all about the Bakers. It's all about the Oelsen twins. So, good stuff. Where can people find you on the internet, Julie?
I'm in Discord all the time. I'm dretzed on Discord. The random comments on Twitch there from me are from Catalia80. I'm really not on much social media. I have gotten to the point in my life that I'd rather just hang with the people that make me happy, and it makes me happy to hang with this group here. These guys are awesome. Crew over on Mates. Why fill myself with other things that are just not as pleasant? Doesn't matter. And after tonight, I'm not sure I will be sleeping, so feel free to message me anytime. Totally fine. I mean, this is, let's be honest, this is my usual. I get done with these guys and I've got an adrenaline high, let alone all the caffeine. So it'll probably be like 3 or 3:30 before I fall asleep. And then
Damn.
5:30. And we just live on caffeine and sugar for Mondays. It's fine.
Well.
It's what it is. But yeah.
I get up at 5:30 tomorrow, so I feel you.
At least the bigwigs aren't going to be in office tomorrow.
My office will be filled with bigwigs, which I am sorry to say is true.
Ugh, sorry.
Yeah, I've been anxiety, like, filled with dread. Not the game, the actual feeling, all week. But it's cool because I have y'all to keep my brain focused and centered and reading and doing stories that are really just right in my heart. This game and other games that we play here on Slices is just rocking, and I love it. Thank you, 4 of you, for making this story, or at least the third part of it, so special. We got one more episode, I think, of this left, where it all comes to a head with Fire Angel session 4. And then who knows what kind of case file comes after that, assuming you all don't die.
Hey!
Could happen. Could happen again.
It's always
better
a
and
possibility.
better at writing characters faster and faster.
Oh, I just knocked on the desk because I don't want that to happen, and then now the dogs are barking.
Oh, jeez.
I think somebody knocked on the door.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
that
There.
said, I'm Matt. I help to make things sort of happen around here every once in a while, Slices, and help these amazing people tell amazing stories. That's what I do. That's the long and the short of it, folks. We love y'all in chat, and if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like, a sub, and a little thumbs up to know that you're liking what we're doing, and come on board on Discord, which you'll find in the doobly-doo, and if you're still watching on Twitch, I'm just going to put it into the into the chat here, so you can join us on Discord, where we talk a lot about cool people, of which you guys are all part of, and cool games, of which we all try to make happen here on Slices. Thanks to our amazing sponsors, as always, Monument Sound, Into the AM, Gear, and Czepeku Maps. You will find all of their stuff in the ads for many of our amazing games. But check out our other videos. Check out other games that are coming down the pike between now and, say, next week. I think we've got a couple. Mass Effect is coming on Friday, and then a couple of other things coming down the pike. Hopefully soon, Call of Cthulhu, etc., etc. Check our schedule. That's all I gotta say. I never know what the heck's happening around here. That's why I have to say only one thing, which is remember, take care of each other. But do not forget to take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching.
Even if you're a replicant.
Even if you're a replicant, you need more help than most of us do, for God's sake. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a wonderful night. See y'all soon. Bye.